And tonight, we've got a good one for you in the Great Lakes Conference as the 3-1 Buckeye Bucks get set to take on the 2-1 Valley Forge Patriots. I'm Dave DiNatale. Dennis Maniloff will join me in a few moments. Tyler Carey will join me in a few moments. It is a warm night. It's a beautiful night, though, here for football. Probably the warmest night I think we've had all year as we get ready here for week number 5. As we said at the open, 2 good teams here in this relatively new conference, this Great Lakes Conference. And interesting how the 2 teams are coming into this game. Valley Forge, the home team tonight, was supposed to play at Bay last Friday. Not because of COVID, but another health-related issue that took place at Bay High School. That game was canceled. So it has been 15 days since the Patriots last played a game. They played here on a Thursday night 2 weeks ago. So now, again, 15 days ago against the Rocky River Pirates, fell behind by 21 points, came back and won the game 30-29 in a wild one. And so the Rockets, the Patriots, we're able to get that win. And, we're hoping to play the Rockets last week and kind of build on that, but didn't happen. So it'll be interesting to see how Valley Forge looks at the outset tonight when the 2 teams go at it. On the flip side, the Buckeye Bucks are coming off of a loss against North Olmsted last week. And quite honestly, Greg Dennison, the head coach of the Bucks, just was disappointed because it was turnovers. I think the Bucks had 4 or 5 turnovers in that game. And, the Buckeyes a perennial Division III power. They've really, if you don't know a whole lot about them, they're down in Medina County. This is a team that has been a playoff type team the last few years. We saw them in 2018 make it to the second round. They ended up losing to the eventual state champs in Division III. That was Kenston in a game we ended up doing over in Bedford. But, uncharacteristic of Buckeye to have that many errors in a game. So they're looking to clean things up and get themselves back in a good frame of mind and come out of here with a road win tonight at Byers Field. These 2 teams had a good one last year. It was a score fest, in fact, down in Medina County at Buckeye, and the Bucks won that game last year 42-28. So the band for Valley Forge is kind of warming up here. We were waiting for the national anthem, haven't had it yet. And if Tyler Carey is ready, we'll come to him now here. There's TC and get a check on what else is happening tonight, TC. This was our winner of the game of the week. And as we said on Wednesday, there were some other good options out there. This is our winner, but doesn't mean that there weren't good other games for people to take notice of tonight.
Yeah, no question, Dino. One of the games that we thought might be the favorite in that poll, but it ended up being decisively in second place, was the big rivalry up in Lake County. East Lake North and Willoughby South will face each other tonight in Willoughby. That's a pretty good game between 2 good teams with D1 prospects on both sides. So we'll certainly be keeping an eye on that. Kind of more locally and with the divisional regions and in the Great Lakes Conference as well. Another big game in Medina County tonight, Barberton taking on Highland. I kind of get a feeling that the winner of that game is going to see themselves as the prime contender to knock off Aurora in that suburban league, if anybody can knock off Aurora this year. Lakewood is going to head all the way down to Lucas after they had their initial game with Normandy canceled because of COVID issues. They rescheduled it. They're headed down to Richland County to play a very good Cubs team. Rocky River is going to be facing Elyria Catholic, Bay, and Westlake. Westlake having a pretty good year. We'll keep an eye on that. They're 2-2 to start. North Ridgeville and Olmsted Falls. We were thinking about that as a possible option.
Yeah, we were.
Avon and Elyria. Elyria off to a pretty good start. Of course, one game I think that we'll all be keeping an eye on throughout Northeast Ohio and perhaps in some of the national rankings too. St. Edward heads to Paul Brown Tiger Stadium to take on Massillon, Washington. It's always a big time when those 2 teams face off. And I have to think it's going to be the case again tonight.
Yeah, probably the best atmosphere in high school football anywhere in Ohio. And you and I both believe, we said Wednesday, St. Edward is not only right now the best team in Ohio, but they're one of the best teams in the country. But that said, winning at Massillon is difficult. It just is.
Oh, absolutely. And Massillon 3-1 this year. They haven't exactly played a very strong schedule, whereas St. Edward has just run roughshod over some very good teams in the region and outside the state. So you would have to think the Eagles are going to be favored here, but Tom Lombardo is not going to take anything for granted, especially when he's going into that very, very large atmosphere that has been doomsday for a lot of other good teams in the past.
Well, at least we could say this. They're not looking to look past Massillon for their showdown with Bishop Sycamore next week.
I will note, I forget who it was. St. Edward did reschedule a game for week 6. It is not Bishop Sycamore for those concerned. It's another one of those. I do know it will be another one of those games that, and I believe we're going to start the national anthem. So
yeah, we just had they didn't even announce it, TC.
Well, I'll
that
just
thought
say
just for a
St.
second.
Edward will be favored.
All right, there we go. National anthem here at Byers Field. Sorry about that, TC. I wanted to make sure we honored America. Please finish your thought, though, as you were saying.
Yeah, all good on your end. I apologize to the viewers. Normally, we do get a heads up.
They didn't announce it. I had no idea until the drum roll started.
Always got to be on our toes, I guess. But
Right.
Look, it's at St. Edward. We know that that's going to be a big game tonight. By the way, it's going to be a Beacon Hill, a club team out of Virginia that they're going to be playing next week. So kind of similar to Bishop Sycamore format-wise. Hopefully they're more on the up and up. But as far as this game tonight goes, I think you and I discussed it. A very even matchup between Buckeye and Valley Forge. Great players on both sides. Kentrell Marks, of course, from Valley Forge, going to Purdue at running back. And a big game as far as the Great Lakes Conference East Division goes. For the first time, this conference is split in two, and I think there may even be a championship game in Week 10 between the two top teams in each division. So this is a big game. It kind of an under-the-radar matchup outside of our own little sphere, but this has a lot of implications, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, a big game for halfway into the season, TC.
Uh-oh. Dino, I think we lost you.
Oh, no, don't take it back for a touchdown. Thank you. Okay, so I figured out what was going on here. As Tyler Carey and I were talking, let me get us to the field view here as we're ready to roll. D-Man, you are over to my right, buddy. Grab a headset. Let's see if we can adjust this here. It's so warm up here in the late afternoon heat at Byers Field, as Dennis Maniloff is here. Buckeye has the ball as we get started. I apologize. It's so warm. Let's see if I can get you some slack here, D-Man, as much as I can anyway. They did not have roster. I have one roster, so that may be your a mission for us during a quarter break. Buckeye will go to work on first down. Butler's going to get the ball, and Ben Butler will take it out to the 44-yard line of the Bucks, and it'll be second down there. Hello there, D-Man. Good to have you.
I forgot. I should have known the steps on Byers Field, the world famous Byers steps.
When you have to do it twice in a game or twice in a night, that's when it really gets challenging.
It's also tough with the sun too. Not making excuses.
No,
wow,
I know. I mean, it's already burned out they already burned out my phone. I mean, everything here. I mean, that tells you how it's going so far. In motion is Kamen Marshall down in 6. They give to Marshall, but he's going to be trapped in the backfield for a loss back at about the 36-yard line. I'll flip it over there for you, partner. I didn't get starting lineups from Valley Forge. I literally just got this. So, yeah, so it's been a little bit of a challenge here. But Marshall's brought down for a loss back to the Bucks 38-yard line. So it's going to be third down and 11. That's a loss of about 5. Dave DiNatale, yours truly, Dave DiNatale, Dennis Maniloff now here in the late evening or late after early evening sun of Byers Field. Quarterback Jaden May on 3rd and 11 goes to the shotgun. Marshall in motion right. May looks to throw. He's going to look in Marshall's direction. Can't make the one-handed catch at the 40-yard line of Valley Forge. I mean, Jaden May's thrown the ball in games 36 times. So about 9 attempts per game. When he throws it, chances are it's going to be to Marshall. But that time, Valley Forge ready for it in a punting situation coming up.
Yeah, that's right. Valley Forge had that covered very well.
And of course, my other favorite thing with Valley Forge, they've got the dark on dark uniforms, the black jerseys with the blue numbers. So Marshall stays in to punt the football. It'll take a nice roll inside the 25 and roll out of bounds to the Patriot 24-yard line. That is where Forge will start here as we have 10-19 to play here in the first quarter. No score.
It's an adventure.
It is. Trying to get situated here.
You've got a window and you have reflection, and it is it's interesting.
Yes. I'm going to bring binoculars for us. Ryan Fry is the quarterback. D-Man, the guy to watch is Kentrell Marks. He is a running back, wears number 6 for the Patriots. He is a commit to Purdue University, one of the finest running backs in the area. He averages 8 yards a carry. Eddie Starks.
Is that all? 8 yards?
Yeah. Eddie Starks averages about 8 yards a carry. So they'll use both tonight on the ground on first down. And I think that is Starks going out of bounds at about the 27. 3, maybe 4 on that play. And it was Starks. I actually gave him an extra yard to the 28, so that's a gain of 5, second down and 5. Starks, Marks, and Dan Janowski will be the 3 guys that will run the Ryan Fry in 3 games, has thrown the ball 21 times. So running football, chances are this is your game. Right, ready to go on second down. This time it'll swing to the right and a nice hole for Valley Forge out to the 39-yard line. Patriots will get the first down. That time it was Marks.
That's a well-executed play. They showed the jet sweep and turned that into a pancake block.
Buckeyes defense allowing 14 points per contest. They have forced 7 turnovers, but the problem is the offense has turned it over 8 times, 5 of them last week in their loss against North Olmsted. So the margin is -1, and that run from Marks for the first down is going to get nullified as they are in full retreat back inside. Boy, they're marking this at the 14. So that must have been 10 yards from the spot. And that the hold must have taken place during that jet sweep attempt before Marks got it for it to be that far back. So it's going to be second and long now. And Buckeye does a good job closing the gap that time, led by linebacker Nick Bostic. That time it was Starks on the carry, and Bostic made the tackle at the 16-yard line, only a gain of 2. So it's about 3rd and 19. or so. Yeah, they got to get to the 34-yard line. 3rd and 17, we'll call it. Forge stays tight. They have one receiver left, and then basically it's a very much of a wing T type of effect. Fry under center, 3rd and long. He'll go back to throw. Quick drop, lofts one right side, and threw it into double coverage, incomplete. And really no chance for that pass to be completed. I think it was intended down that left sideline for Marks, but again, you had no chance. It was double coverage, and it will be that penalty will cause now a punting situation for Forge.
Yeah, that was well defensed by the Bucks. They read it correctly.
Trying to see who that is punting. And nothing worse than not getting a roster until before game time and not getting the startups. Makes it challenging. Punting situation, Forge will get it away. Marshall will call for a fair catch and make it at the Valley Forge 43. Both he and the quarterback. I love the fact that Jaden May plays a lot on special teams. They were in double safety, and it was Marshall who made the fair catch. The two guys to watch when Buckeye has the ball, Ben Barnes and Kamen Marshall. Marshall, as a ball carrier this year, 333 yards rushing, a couple of touchdowns. As a receiver, 13 catches, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. But as a runner, Barnes, 438 yards on the ground, 5 scores. Pretty formidable 2-punch. Yes. But I don't know if there's a 2, but Barnes had to come out for a play. Gage Nagy will come in to replace him. I'm not exactly sure why they needed to take him out. Buckeye will go to the eye on 1st and 10 at the Valley Forge 43. No score, and they'll give to Nagy first hand through, and Nagy with a nice hole inside the 40, and he'll take it down to the Patriot 35-yard line. Got about 9 on 1st down. It's only Nagy's 4th carry of the year, but out of that fullback spot, they will go to him just to kind of keep everybody honest.
Yeah, that definitely caught Valley Forge off balance there.
He will come out. Wide receiver Knowlton will check in. He'll go wide left, and James goes out wide right. Barnes is back in there. He and Marshall both. It's Marshall getting the carry, finds a hole, 1st down to the 30, cuts inside to the 25, and Marshall will finally be put down at the 23 of Valley Forge, but gets 1st down yardage as the chains keep moving for the Bucks.
Marshall was very light on his feet there. That was well done on the back-to-back cuts. Did an excellent job.
Marshall has been on the varsity team for 4 years. He was with the Bucks when they made the playoffs in 2018 and actually won a game that year. And now back as a senior. I formation. Butler's the deep man. 1st and 10 Bucks at the 23. Fake handoff. May looks to throw. Time. Fires. End zone for Orient. And it's intercepted. Picked off in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback there. Kentrell Marks with the interception on that pass intended for Orient. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Valley Forge at their own 20.
There's no doubt it was forced. I think that the Bucks thought that play was going to be open. And so it was get the foot in the ground and throw it. The problem is Valley Forge defended it very well. They had 2 guys on the scene, and 1 guy made the pick.
Yeah, you understand the thinking there because it's been run. Maybe you catch the Patriots off guard, but Marks was really kind of almost like a center fielder back there.
And he also had bracket coverage too. So Valley Forge read that well.
So Buckeyes drive thwarted with a turnover. That was their problem last weekend. Quickly now on the ground comes Valley Forge. It's Janowski on the carry to the 24-yard line, a pickup of 4. 7:17 to play here in the first quarter. No score. Dave DiNatale, Dennis Maniloff, Tyler Carey with you.
Interesting how as the sun is setting, we're getting to see the uniform numbers more for Valley Forge.
It's always nice when you put the press box on the east side of the stadium. If I can ever be an advisor for stadiums, I would tell them that. On 2nd down, Janowski again on the jet sweep, but this time the Bucks do a good job of putting him down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Well read. I think Gage Nagy was the first player to get over there to make the tackle and had some help from his teammates. Jacob Lowry also on the stop. It's going to be 3rd down and for the Patriots. So they actually gave Janowski a yard on that pickup.
It's well coached Bucks defense there. They're sound and their gap integrity. I mean, they're doing their jobs right now.
When you talk about
each guy's doing his job.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you talk coaching, you really talk Greg Dennison. He's had such a great career. Is that time a busted play? Ball is loose. Valley Forge picks it up. Ball still loose. Now Buckeyes got it. Ball is still loose at the 21-yard line. Did Buckeye recover? I don't think so.
You know, I wonder if the final Bucks player to recover was out of bounds when he wound up corralling it. You know, it was a situation where even though he was on it at the end, he was out of bounds.
That's what I'm guessing too.
But yeah, the Bucks had at least 2 opportunities to corral that.
Wow.
There was a mix-up in the backfield.
Yeah, you could tell that was busted from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't think the ball ever got into the hands of the running back.
High snap, that's going to go over his head and into the end zone and out of the end zone. That's going to be a safety unless there's a flag down.
We do have a flag. This could be very costly to the Bucks. I don't think so. I think it's going to be on Valley Forge. Yeah, they're calling it. I think it's illegal motion or false start on Valley Forge.
I believe. Let's get the official indication. We think Buckeye is going to take a 2-0 lead here. Official. Yep. False start against Valley Forge. That is declined. Okay. Safety for the Bucks. They'll lead it 2-0.
Yeah, it's just a bad snap. You know, fired it over the punter's head. And this wasn't the Cleveland Browns with the Scottish hammer dropping anything. That ball was shot over the punter's head.
So Buckeye couldn't recover the fumble, but Valley Forge gives the ball back because of a bad snap. So
I'm looking at the coaches down on the Valley Forge sideline, see if any of them are exceptionally upset.
Jaden May.
Free kick. He's going to kick it off the tee.
Yep. May and Marshall are back deep to receive. Now you kick it to Marshall in this situation, you might be asking for trouble. Here comes Marshall at the 25-yard line, out to the 30, straight ahead to the 40, to the 50.
Wow.
Down the middle. Now he'll shift right to the 30, to the 20, and finally down at the 18-yard line.
Dave DiNatale, the prophet right there, calling it. And here's one of the many things I liked about that return is his first instinct was to go straight up the field.
Yes.
I love when returners don't try to get cute right away. Like they're going to go east to west. He was going to gain as many yards as he could straight ahead until he was stopped. And then the faking began. So incredible return by the young fella.
Nagy, the fullback, Butler, the tailback, 1st and 10 for the Bucks at the Patriots 16, and it'll give to Nagy on 1st down. He's able to break tackles out to the 10, and finally a host of blue jerseys will stand him up and they'll blow the play dead at the 9-yard line, but that's 7 on 1st down for Gage Nagy.
Yeah, I like the OC for the Bucks. He said, look, we ran it the previous series. It worked. Let's do the quick hitter again to the right side and see what happens. And it worked again.
And Nagy actually got 8 on that carry, so it'll be 2nd and 2.
Now you got all kinds of options, in your playbook here.
Those. Marshall now is the tailback, so they'll flip-flop between Butler and Marshall. 1st and goal at the 5. May will give Nagy, drives. Actually, I think that was Butler, the fullback, and he's in. Touchdown, Buckeye Bucks. And that was indeed Ben Barnes.
And he was the up back. Yeah, they hammered that one to the left side this time. So clearly the Bucks have noticed that they can get some fullback yards, some lead back yards on either side of the formation.
That's a 5-yard touchdown. I think I called him Ben Butler because we had a Ben Butler, I think, last week. Ben Barnes on that touchdown run. 5 yards. That's his 6th of the year. He comes in to kick the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Barnes now 12 of 12 for PATs in 2021. And with 4:39 to go, opening quarter, it is now a 9-0 lead for Buckeye.
That's quite the turn of events, for the Bucks. I mean, they almost recover the fumble by Valley Forge. Then they get the bad snap on the punt by Valley Forge to cash in 2 points, and then get a short field because of the great return and just run it down Valley Forge's throat. Now they're up 9-0.
4:39 to play here in this first quarter. And now Buckeye will kick it off.
I wonder if if one of the officials told the Valley Forge team to back up a little bit on the sidelines.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times already. Sideline
I don't know
warnings,
but the coaching staff, those coaches who are on the field for Valley Forge were telling all their players to move off the big white stripe going down the left sideline.
Barnes will kick it off for the Bucks. Marks amongst those back deep to receive. You got to watch when you kick to him, but Barnes' kick is so good. It's going to go out of the end zone for a touchback. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Valley Forge Patriots with 4:39 to go here in this opening quarter. And Buckeye with a safety and a touchdown run for Ben Barnes lead it 9-0.
Wow, Dino. I mean, right off the rip, that kicker has got a leg. Holy moly.
Yeah. He can do. I mean,
that was smoked.
Ben Barnes, as we said, he's a great running back. He's a terrific linebacker, and he can kick. I mean, he doesn't take too many plays off. Coaches love guys like that can do so many roles for them. On first down, quarterback going to throw. Fry, now he's going to run from the 20, and he'll take it out to the 22-yard line. Cam Stout came over to stop the play as Ryan Fry trying to cause a little bit of a disruption on that fake, but
I'll tell you what,
pretty good job to string it out.
Again, the Bucks stayed home, relatively speaking. The outside contain did not break down.
Again, Valley Forge staying in that wing look, tight formation. Marks in motion, but I think they give it to Starks, and Starks maybe gets a yard, and that's really about it up the middle. Buckeye does a good job cleaning it down. Nick Bostic leading the charge there. They'll spot it just shy of the 25, so it's going to be a 3rd down and about 6, and we've got 2-3 Bucks who are slow to get up. Stout was slow to get up. Ben Medea, the defensive tackle, was slow to get up, and a 3rd Buck is down and staying down.
Tell you what, Bostic's had his nose in things so far. He's been playing well.
Yeah, it was like, you and I were here 2 weeks ago, and we were impressed with the front 7 and the linebacking of West Geauga.
Oh,
yeah. Buckeye's unit looks very similar.
Right, absolutely. I mean, the Buckeye Bucks, from at first glance, it looked like a very well coached team. They gap integrity. They're very sound, and they're what Belichick has always said to his guys: just do your job.
Yeah,
and that's what each one of the members of this defense so far for the Buckeye Bucks are doing their jobs. Each guy is doing his job.
Anthony Kruk, the safety, who's the injured Buckeye player, being helped off the field, and I don't know if Anthony knows exactly where he is right at the moment, just kind of where he was walking. I'm not a doctor. It just kind of looked like he needed some guidance to get off to the sideline. Third down. They'll go to Marks, trying to get to the outside. He will. First down to the 35. Cuts back. Will try to cut back inside. Ended up going out of bounds at the 39. But that's a first down pickup for Kentrell Marks. Jacob Berger, the cornerback, helping to run him out of bounds. Well, that's what Valley Forge needed, though. After the, you get the safety and you get the result, a good field position from Marshall's return and the touchdown. Just keep your defense on the sidelines here, if anything.
Right, and the key to that was speed. I mean, you just had to be able to get to the sticks on the outside.
Marks is it's Starks, the single step back. Marks will be on the side. Here comes Starks at the 40 to the 40. I think on a couple of would-be tacklers, and Eddie Starks will fall forward to the 46-yard line. Isn't it interesting? Yeah, when the sun goes down, you can actually read numbers a lot easier. But Starks gets a pretty good gain of about 7 on first down.
It's almost like Valley Forge has these neon numbers that glow when it gets darker. But you know what I liked about that run more than anything? Starks delivering the blow at the very end. He didn't just get.
No, I agree.
He smashed into the guy.
Pitch out coming, and it's going to be Marks this time going out of bounds. It's like Starks and Marks. It's like a law firm. And now it's Eddie Starks, actually, and he'll get another first down out of bounds at the Bucks 48-yard line. But a couple of good runs from Kentrell Marks first, and then Eddie Starks. And now suddenly with under 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter, Valley Forge with their best offensive movement of the night.
Yeah, short side tosses are always interesting, but they made it work. Thanks to Starks.
Back split now for Valley Forge on first down. Kentrell Marks will get the carry and maybe dug out a yard to the 46, and that's really about it. Nagy's down there. Also, James Orion, another linebacker, on that stop. Second down and 9 coming for the Patriots. We go under 3 minutes to play here, first quarter.
Tell you what, Ben Medea, the big fella in the middle, listed at 6'2", 282. He's doing a nice job for the Buckeye Bucks in their interior D-line.
Yeah, they have him on the line, and then they move Jacob Lowry to an end spot to give them some more room here. Fry's going to roll, looks, throws left side. It's up for grabs and incomplete. Then Cayman Marshall had good coverage. Is there a flag down, D-Man?
Well, I'm sorry. I thought I saw a hook by the Valley Forge left edge, but they didn't call it.
Yeah, they missed it apparently.
Well, I mean,
no,
maybe
you saw it.
Hang on to it long enough.
Shane Ward was
like
the intended receiver on that play, and it will be now third down and 9 as Chris Sledge will check in as another receiver for the Patriots.
I'll tell you what, I think this is 4 down.
I was just thinking that too. I think this is the Patriots. This is their best offensive movement of the night. They got to keep the momentum here. Before they do, I think head coach Marcelo DeAngelis wants to talk about it because I think, to your point, let's think about what we want to do here on third down. And if we don't get it, let's think about a fourth down call here.
I mean, you can look at it 2 ways. Based on where they are on the field and based on where we are in the game. You could argue, hey, if we don't get it here and it's like 4th and 5, we have a chance to pin them deep. And it's still early enough to come back from a 9-0 deficit. It's not like this is the late third quarter and it's 27-3. They have time to overcome a 9-point deficit. So you might want to do the old Jim Tressel ball and try to pin them deep if you don't get it. But I think they're going to run this play with a 4th down play in mind, with the intention of going for it on 4th down.
Well, here's now Ryan Fry going to a shotgun on third down. 2 receivers near side.
Oh,
snap! No. And Fry's going to have to eat the ball back at his own 40-yard line. Second time tonight. Valley Forge has had an errant snap. It cost them a safety on the previous occasion. That one is going to cost them field position and force the punt.
Wow. I mean, it's just a bad. What are you going to say?
Yeah.
And teammates are trying to up man for Valley Forge, but
that's tough.
A huge mistake. especially when you come out of a timeout, because you assume that
Everybody's on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was ready to go. It was going to be a 2-play attack to get 9 yards, and nothing gunks up the works like a bad snap on a shotgun or a pump.
Damon Marshall calls for and makes a catch at the Buckeye 7-yard line. Minute 33 to go in quarter. 9-0 Buckeye.
You know what? I'm watching it on the. We've got the. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. We'll come back. Yeah, we'll come back to that. On first down, May will keep it, and he'll run it out to the 29-yard line for a gain of 3. Go ahead, D-Man.
Well, we're on the side where the Valley Forge sideline is. I've been watching how Valley Forge teammates are trying to encourage the center. They're trying to make sure that he's, upbeat and he's still in the game. They're all giving him, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Put it in the past. Let's go.
So the ball will go now just shy of the 30 for the Bucks. 2nd and 7. Quarterback Jaden May will pitch out. Here comes Barnes. He'll run the 30 and drag a couple of black jerseys out to the 33-yard line, maybe the 34. It'll set up a 3rd and short. And Valley Forge is going to have to make the Buckeyes have to run a play here before the end of the quarter. We are going to, at the end of the quarter, we just have to do an equipment adjustment. So don't go anywhere. We'll pick us back up in progress to start the second quarter. Just making one.
This is a really important play.
I
this
agree.
Game, in my opinion, for Valley Forge.
They've got to get back. Yeah, they got to get their defense off the field. 3rd down and 3. I formation in the backfield. Long count. May gives Barnes, and Barnes will have the first down on a nice second effort to the 37-yard line, and that should take us to the end of quarter number 1. We are back with second quarter in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Just kind of stay on your app, stay on your phone, and we'll be back with you here in just a few moments, everybody, from Byers Field. 9-0 Buckeye, end of the first.
Have to change. We're just changing that.
Okay, we're just going to talk. Time, we'll pick us up in progress. Keith, just go ahead and talk here. All right, so we start the second quarter. Buckeye, after that first down pickup by Barnes, will have a first down at the 36. They'll go to Marshall on a jet sweep to the 40. Oh, he got nailed at the 42-yard line. And guess who?
That's a decleater.
Kentrell Marks. That's you know what that is? That's a D1 tackle right there.
Oh my goodness.
That woke everybody up.
Wow. I mean,
that is 5 painful yards for Cayman Marshall.
I don't even know if there was a wrap up there. It was just
I don't think
smash
so.
into him and boom. But still a positive, positive play for the Bucks.
As they'll go on the ground, and this time it's going to be Barnes, and Valley Forge does a good job stringing it out. Actually, I think it'll be a 1-yard loss, so it'll bring a 3rd down and 5.
wonder what the Bucks are going to call here, you know, because they've been doing what they want to do on the ground, but 3rd and 5.5. All right, looks like they're going to throw it.
As they'll do a little bubble screen, it's Barnes at the 40 to the 45, and wrestles his way. I think he got the first down on that second effort out to the 47, maybe the 48.
Yards after contact.
Yep.
That was an extra 1.5 yards after he got hit, and that was the difference between 4th and short and a first down. So it was, the extended handoff. They kind of compromised.
Yeah.
Wasn't really a pass, wasn't a run. It was the extended handoff.
Exactly. 1st and 10, Bucks at their own 48. May will go to the first man through his fullback, and well read by Valley Forge. That's going to be a loss. And Valley Forge says they got a fumble, and the officials agree. They recover the fumble, and I think it was Barnes who fumbled, and it will be first down for the Patriots.
From what I could tell, Dino, that was a timing situation where the quarterback took the snap, spun around, and was expecting the quick handoff, and the timing was off just enough. And the ball I don't think there was ever a handoff that was made.
I don't either. And this is, again, Valley Forge gets a break. And Buckeye, this has been the problem for them all year long, turnovers. As they'll go on the ground, and Marks does a good job just kind of high-stepping his way for a couple of yards just inside the 45 of the Bucks down near the 44.
Yeah,
Kentrell Marks. Wow.
It looked like he had Cam Stout on his leg and just kind of dragged him for about a yard.
So it's a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Second quarter underway, 9:30 to play first half. Buckeye 9, Valley Forge nothing, but the Patriots on the march here. Back split in the backfield, trying to draw the Bucks off sides. They almost did. I think actually they did, and they go on a quick hitter to the left to Janowski, inside the 40, down near the, they'll spot it at the 37, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be an offsides. At least that's what I thought. No, they're going to say false start Patriots. So apparently a head bob or some kind of just some kind of a move by one of the Patriots, maybe on the offensive line, was what drew Buckeye to move there. Interesting. I didn't necessarily see that, but officials have the best angle.
Not much of an argument. Well, wait a minute. No, I spoke too soon. Valley Forge is kind of like talking to the side judge. But, yeah, nothing vociferous.
Yeah. That's a loss of 5 on that penalty. 2nd and 12. Starks will get the carry inside the 45, spinning and moving before finally Ben Medea will bring him down at the 42. That's a gain of 7 to bring up a 3rd and manageable 3rd and 5. And as D-Man said the last time we were in this spot with the Patriots, in this juncture, you're probably looking at 4-down territory here.
Yeah. I mean, it's not desperation time by any stretch, but, I mean, they saw what the last punt did. I would be looking at 2 play calls here.
Yeah, and they're not going shotgun on this play. 3rd and 5. Here's a pitch out. And to the 40, to the 38-yard line is Starks. And should be enough from where I thought they were going to mark him for the first down. He needed to get just inside the 38, and I thought they were going to mark him at the 37, but I'm not sure if the officials are 100% unified. Nope, now they'll say first down. Okay.
Starks is a physical back. You know, he hits you on his way down.
You love the balance between he and Marks. They can do different things for you. Marks is kind of playing on a wing. Starks will get the carry again. This time he is brought down for very little. Gage Nagy went down low and got him by the ankles. And they'll bring him down at the 35-yard line. So only about a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 as we're under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Buckeye 9, Valley Forge nothing, but the Patriots making a nice move here now as they're at the Buckeye 36.
this drive is so important here. Let's bring it up with you after this play here, D-Man. On second down, they'll go to Marks inside the 35 and down to the 32. It's a 9-0 game, but the problem is both these teams run the ball, so drives take a long time. So you're like, well, it's a 2-possession game. The problem is you may not get another possession until the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it's another 3rd and manageable for Valley Forge out of this wing T. It's a 3rd and 5 at the Buckeye 32. Again, with 2 wings. Starks the lone man in the backfield. Marks in motion. They'll play fake it. Fry rolls right, looks to throw, and it's incomplete over on the right side. But there's going to be a late flag, and I think going to be Jacob Berger for holding on to the jersey.
No.
Other way. They're going to get the Valley Forge receiver for interference.
OPI.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boy, another costly mistake on
Wait.
third down.
Or did he get it wrong though?
Yeah.
No.
Now I think they're
the
changing
officials
it.
changing the direction of his point. I think he.
That's
meant,
why. That's what I'm like.
Okay.
I'm like, wait a minute.
He meant to go. He meant to point to the right, and he pointed to his left. So we thought for a second it might be OPI, but
DPI.
it wound up being DPI. That's a risky call with a lefty quarterback running right.
Yes.
On a short throw like that, but it worked. It worked for Valley Forge because it drew the penalty.
7:02 to go here in the second quarter. It's a first down now for Forge at the 17 of Buckeye after that pass interference penalty. Fry under center, and on first down they'll give it. Marks we're going to run to the left to the 15 and out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. So gets 6. He's able to find the corner before Cayman Marshall finally closed that angle down for him. It will be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Marks got those 6 yards primarily because he did an excellent job of avoiding Michael McGivern. McGivern was there on the edge.
On the corner, yeah.
He was able to elude him.
They're actually going to spot this at about the 7-yard line. Back on the ground is Marks to the 5, to the 1, dives into the end zone. Where's the call?
Touchdown.
There it is. Touchdown, Valley Forge. Was looking for some official to put their arms in the air.
I tell you what, these officials are quick. They make their call, and then that's it.
That's it. They're done.
Be on it. What a response drive possession by Valley Forge, or at least to get on the board. Valley Forge does an excellent job of
They had to score, D-Man.
Yeah.
They absolutely had to score. Here's the extra point. Line drive kick, and it's no good. Totally missed the crossbar, so it'll hold the score at 9-6 with 6:48 to go in the second quarter for Kentrell Marks. That is touchdown run number 6 on the season, and again, that was from about 6 yards out. So Valley Forge takes advantage of that Buckeye turnover and parlays it into a score. Say one thing, both these teams pretty opportunistic tonight. You get Valley Forge with the safety on the bad snap,
and then the
short field on the
return.
Marshall return. Yeah.
Right, good call, Dino. Both teams have been able to capitalize on the other's mistakes. But Valley Forge desperately needed that possession to result in some kind of points, and they didn't get the full 7 or even 8, but
All right, back to action here as the twilight rolls into Byers Field, and the kick is going to be fielded. Marshall's got it at about the 7. They'll take it to the 25, and still on his feet, finally down at the 29-yard line. Every run for Cayman Marshall is an absolute adventure. You never know what he's going to do. So the ball down at the 29-yard line here, D-Man. 6:41 to go here in the first half. 9-6 now after the Marks touchdown.
all right,
in
Bucks,
favor.
what do you have? What do you have to answer that touchdown?
Yeah, It's back to go to Marshall. As on first down, they'll run it to the left, and Valley Forge does a good job closing it down in the backfield on Marshall. They'll mark him down back to the 26 and a loss of 3.
Yeah, a little wildcat action, and Valley Forge is like, we'll have none of that. They were on it.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13 as we approach the midway part of this second quarter. Dave DiNatale, D-Man, Dennis Maniloff with you. Byers Field in Parma. A good one here for you so far. 9-6. Buckeye leading by 3 in this Great Lakes Conference matchup. Shotgun. As they'll set up a middle screen. I think I saw a flag go down. I think the pass was intended for Barnes, and Jaden May was just trying to do something with it, but I think it was going to be irrelevant anyway, because I agree with your assessment. I think it's going to be a false start. Moment we have an official's timeout. Sideline
Another
warning
one
on Valley Forge.
Wait a minute. Okay, now this time it legitimately was a warning.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't one of those, hey, get your guys backed up. This time the official was, no, I'm serious. I'm dropping a
telling
flag.
you.
No,
next time it cost you 15.
Yeah, exactly.
High snap for May, pulls it down, looks to throw, in traffic, down he goes at the 23-yard line. Valley Forge with great pressure on quarterback Jaden May, and they'll force the 3 and out.
That's just...
I'd love to be able to give you the license plate number of who made that sack, but let's see. Hold on a second, D-Man. I think I saw 75. I think Vincent Prem on the
night vision goggles,
Oh,
Dino.
no
It is tough.
kidding.
It is tough to see right now. The twilight, lights on, but still, Valley Forge. Oh, that's a fake.
Yeah, it looked
Okay.
like it was going to be a fake, and this punt will roll. Marks is just going to let it still roll inside the 30, and finally down at the 27-yard line.
I got faked by the up back who carried out a pretend fake.
Yeah.
A fake, and looked good doing it. Yeah, at least the official on this side of the field is very serious about keeping players off of the thick white stripe
Yes.
of the sideline.
Keep an eye on that. Again, next violation for the Patriots will cost them 15. Valley Forge ready now. 1st and 10 from the 27. Marks will get the carry, follows his blocks, breaks a tackle down the right sideline, 45 to the 50, and Buckeye will put him down. Marshall will tackle him at the 49 of the Bucks. That's a big gainer for Kentrell Marks, and as D-Man said, there's an injured Buck back at the 28-yard line.
Hard to tell who.
I can't tell who that is.
He's staying on. He's staying in. He just was slow getting up.
They're actually going to
No,
mark.
No, he is going to leave.
I didn't see who
That was a heck of a run. That's patience right there. And then patience, explosion, patience, explosion.
He's so good in the open field. Big gainer for Marks, and now out of that wing tee, they'll go to the man slanting right to left, but no gain on that particular play. It was Anthony Janowski, the ball carrier. If anything, Anthony lost a yard on the play. Bucks do a good job not buying, because you know with the wing tee, you're faking it to the first man, and then you give to a slot man coming through on a slant. It really makes you watch the ball, and a disciplined defense, as you mentioned earlier, is what you have to have in these scenarios.
Watch a ball with the dark shirt, dark jersey guys. It's hard to find the ball.
Pitch out to Starks on 2nd down, breaks an initial tackle, falls forward across the 45 down to the 44. Jacob Berger will tackle him down there. About a gain of 3. And we'll set up 3rd and 7 as we go under 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 9-6. Buckeye on top of Valley Forge here at Byers Field. Ball will go to the 44, 3rd down and 7. As here comes Ryan Fry. He'll give, and Starks is not going to get to the 1st down marker. Well read by the Bucks again. And on 4th down, they're going to spot this at the 43.
Punting unit.
4th and 6. Now, because you're within a score, you know, you're Marcelo DeAngelis, and you're saying, okay, let's pin them deep. Let's win the field position game. As Cayman Marshall and Jaden May double safeties right about at their own 10-yard line. Low snap on the punt. Everything has been an adventure tonight.
No, they
got
called
whistles.
it. He called it. He said the knee was down when he went to get the snap. That's a huge play in favor of the Bucks. I was wondering if the official was going to call it, and he said that the punter went to his knee.
Yeah, Riley Hine, the punter, went to his knee
the catch
at the 45 of Valley Forge. So that is a significant miscue again on special teams for the Patriots.
You know, if you're the Bucks, you think that might as well be a fumble.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
By the punter, and you recovered it. It has all the makings of a turnover.
All right, so May and company will get good field position, and now it looks like they're going to Wildcat again. And the snap will come. It's going to get Marshall to the 45, and he'll be dragged down at the 40 for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 coming up.
That was Wildcat into an RPO, which is kind of cool. You don't usually see that.
Any way you can get Cayman Marshall the football, Greg Dennison wants to do it. Buckeye, by the way, all of their timeouts remaining here in this first half. Valley Forge has 2 to play with, 2:30 and counting to play here in the second quarter. Bucks leading by a field goal, and they've got 2nd and 5. Barnes is the fullback, Marshall the tailback in the I. 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barnes, and Ben Barnes will plow ahead short of the first down to the 36. He gets 4, and it's 3rd down and a yard. Ben Barnes is the field goal kicker for Buckeye. He's 2 for 4 this year. His largest is a 27. So a little bit away from that, but just keep that in mind as this drive progresses. 3rd and a yard for the Bucks at the Valley Forge 36. Marshall in motion, fake to him. It's going to be a throw as May looks, fires left side, incomplete at the 8-yard line. Just kind of floated that one, intended for Nick Smith, and was fortunate it didn't get intercepted. Valley Forge was ready for it there, and it's now going to be 4th and 1.
Not a well-thrown ball, and I'll tell you what, Dino, now we know that play call was with the knowledge that they're going for it on 4th down, because you would not have made that play call if you were, potentially going to punt on the next play.
Nagy this time will serve as the fullback with Barnes the tailback. 4th and a yard, Barnes the carry. Barnes puts his head down, and he'll have the first down to the 34-yard line. Needed 1, got 2. Clock stops to move the chains with $1:32 to go here in the first half.
You know, I know that every running back likes the yards per carry.
Yes.
Yeah, but right there, that's a necessary run. That's a run that you have to have, as a team trying to win. And only went for 2 yards, but it was a very valuable run.
3 receivers right for the Bucks. May's going to throw, rolls right, throws right, incomplete. Was looking for Michael McGivern and threw it behind him at about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I
2nd
don't
and 10.
think that the quarterback receiver were on the same page there.
No, I don't even know if they were on the same chapter. To be honest,
it did not look particularly smooth.
McGivern has caught 6 passes this year. He's also run it 5 times out of jet sweep. He'll go out wide left. Martin will go out wide right. Shotgun for Jaden May. Barnes to his right. It'll be fake. They'll fake the jet sweep, and May will keep it, but he's not going to go anywhere. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage at the 26. Timeout taken by the Bucks. That's their first timeout with 1:05 to go here in the first half. Buckeye with 2 timeouts remaining, as they'll have a 3rd down and 11 after that loss. Valley Forge, their defense has played much better, I think, here in the second quarter, D-Man. They've kind of gotten
used to
what
the Bucks are doing.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, done a better job of swarming in the second quarter. So that timeout was called
by Buckeye. Yeah.
Buckeye.
So each team with 2 timeouts remaining with 1:06 to go before halftime. And halftime, we'll let you listen to the 2 bands. We're going to do a quick switch here of our gear, and then let you enjoy the 2 bands at halftime, and then get you ready for the second half. High school football, our WKYC game of the week. Remember, it's presented to you by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, personal favorite of D-Man and yours truly, home of the original chicken sandwich. Stop by your nearest Chick-fil-A in Cleveland, Akron, Canton, all across Northeast Ohio.
Love Chick-fil-A. Oh, we got. I thought that was.
Yeah, that looked like a flag
Didn't it?
to me too.
And I think it was. Yes, it was. I'm waiting.
Was somebody lined up illegally? They just backed up Buckeye to the 39.
Okay.
But I didn't see what the signal was.
What was the call?
One delay
These
a game.
guys are like lightning quick with their calls.
No idea what that was. Now it's going to be 3rd and 15. Marshall in motion, shotgun for May. Looks to throw, pocket collapsing, rolls left, throws left, pass intercepted at the 24-yard line and out of bounds. Over on the far side, and that looked like it was Marks again with another interception. It absolutely was. That is his 2nd interception of the ball game.
I don't understand that.
The whole sequence was crazy, starting with the penalty and continuing. It just wasn't a smart pass. And then, May was rolling. He would have been better off just running out of bounds and setting up a 4th down play. But
come out of the timeout with that mystery penalty.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I don't know if that changed the play call. Were they originally going to run that? Whatever that was.
I'm not sure at all.
It was not well executed at all. I just saw our man Craner running past down on the track.
Trying to figure out what that was on 1st down. I think that's Starks getting in at the 25, able to read his blocks. Nice patience as he got out of bounds. That's actually Marks, I'm sorry. Out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Tremendous patience by Kentrell Marks coming right out of that interception, and he gets about 8 on that 1st down run.
What do they say, Dino? Play fast, but not in a hurry.
It's like a John Wood. That's a John Woodenism. Yeah.
This is a guy who was in trouble in the backfield as he moved left, but he was patient enough to sift through the trash. He didn't panic, and the next thing you know, it's 2nd and short.
50 seconds to go, and Valley Forge didn't have to burn a timeout there. Ryan Fry goes under center. Pitch out to the left at the 35. It's Starks to the 36, and he gets out of bounds. 1st down.
Yeah.
Now, this is the issue with both these teams. 2-minute offenses do not come easily for them, nor do they really want to do them. So you're hoping here you get Starks or Marks, the law firm, to bust open a big play, to get in space somehow, and that's how you hopefully to move down the field quickly. Starks is in the backfield. Marks is on a wing right at the 36. Now, Marks in motion, gets the carry. He'll go to the 40, 45, to the 50. This is what I was talking about. In space to the 41 to the 40-yard line. Clock will stop to move the chains with 35 seconds to go. And I would imagine Forge may also throw a timeout to boot there. But suddenly, Kentrell Marks has Valley Forge in Buckeye field, territory.
Wait a minute. Marks goes down. He goes down here. He's on his knees. Oh, wow.
I don't know. I'm not sure what that was either.
He was heading back into the huddle, and could it be a cramp?
It could either be a cramp or maybe he got the wind knocked out of him. One of the two. So they'll tend to Marks, injury timeout, and the Valley Forge will have to use one of their remaining timeouts to deal with this. 32 seconds to play here in the first half. So Forge has 1 timeout to go. They'll have a 1st and 10 at the Buckeye 40-yard line. The good news is Kentrell Marks appears to be okay. Helmet off. He walks off under his own power, and I believe your assessment on that is spot on.
I could say, I could say I have a little bit in common with him, even though he's a great running back, and I could never be a running back in any lifetime, because I've had those where the spasm hits, at least my back. I don't know if his was back, probably leg, but you just drop.
Yeah.
Like you
You
drop
have no
to your
body
knees 'cause
control.
You cannot move.
Yeah.
And I think he just cramped up there, and now they're going to have to work on him. But he's on the sideline, which will change the plans of Forge.
Yeah, I would think now it's going to be Eddie Starks getting in the carry. Fry in trouble is just going to throw it away as he was pressured back at about the 45-yard line, incomplete. I'm sure Buckeye's going to wonder why it wasn't grounding, but incomplete is the call.
Yeah,
Second and 10.
It looked like a receiver was in the area. Ben Barnes with some nice pressure there. I think the ball was close enough to the receiver.
26 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Buckeye 9, Valley Forge 6. Forge with a 2nd and 10 at the Buckeye 40-yard line with 26 seconds to go here in the first half. Fry will shift to the shotgun now. He's got Janowski to his right. Fry looking, sets up, middle screen, pass caught, 35, and down immediately there. Excuse me a second. D-man.
All right, so I just watched.
Shane Warden on the catch.
Okay, here we go. I just watched Marks leave the bench, and he's like, put me in, coach. I'm ready to go back.
And I believe Valley Forge just spent their final timeout because Warden wasn't able to get out of bounds. So it will be 3rd and 5 for Valley Forge at the 35 of Buckeye with 19 seconds to go here before halftime.
Marks got the helmet back on, and he's coming in.
That is certainly good news. He'll go wing left. And Eddie Starks will go to the right of quarterback Ryan Fry.
Got Marks lined up wide left. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, look in that
might
direction
take a
here.
shot
I would too here.
with him.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
The go
Looking
route.
left,
Yep,
throwing
that's
for Marks.
He's
He's
got it.
open. And he can't pull it in at the 2-yard line.
Oh, it was in there.
Oh, he had it, D-man. He had it.
Oh man, we saw that coming. He comes off the sideline. He gets in the huddle. He lines up wide left. You're thinking they're going to run a go route with him, and the quarterback put it on his hands, and you could see Mark slapping the turf when he hit the ground near the goal line, if not in the end zone. Dino, that play was
there.
Yeah,
Cramp or no
he wasn't
cramp.
wide open, but
He had a
pass
half
was
step.
good enough that that would have been a touchdown.
He had a half step on McGivern, which was good enough, as I said,
Wow.
cramp or no cramp. 4th and 5 with 13 seconds to go. Forge looking left, throws left, pass incomplete at the 19-yard line as Fry was hit as he threw it. Did well just to get rid of it. And Buckeye will take over with 8 seconds to go before halftime.
I'll tell you what, another pressure by Ben Barnes.
He's having an all-world first half.
Yeah, he is. Now, he was limping a little bit when he got up, but, you know.
Yeah, I think he cramped earlier in this half.
Could be.
Thankfully,
But
D-man, that was not a B.
Yeah.
That was just a moth.
I flinch on every
I don't
flying
blame you.
object. So, excellent job by Buckeye after that, mistake that they made to hold Valley Forge and prevent them from scoring.
And Meach is going to go ahead and take a knee, or Jaden May will take a knee here, and that's going to be all for the first half. Entertaining first half here at Byers Field. Your score as we head to the break, it's Buckeye 9 and Valley Forge 6. Now, like we did at the end of the first quarter, stick with us for a second. Just got a quick equipment adjustment, and then we'll get you ready for the half. We'll have the bands. D-Man and I will then be back for the second half here from Byers Field. Again, your score at the break, Buckeye 9 and Valley Forge 6. Stay with us here. It's the WKYC Game of the Week from Byers Field in Parma.
marching band. Tonight, the Bucks will be performing their 2021 competition show entitled Paranormal, written and arranged for Buckeye by Gary P. Gilroy. Footsteps, whispers, cold chills, something in the corner of your eye. You may have experienced the bone-chilling moment of realization that we aren't alone. Enjoy the show as the Bucks throw open the door to the other side, releasing the specters that haunt the football field with Paranormal. The band is led on the field by Senior Field Commander Ashley Jameson. Tonight's soloists are Alex Burkett, Lisa Capeline, Jonathan Stahl, and Ian Mason. Color guard soloists are Libby Hissey, Josette Moran, Miranda Campbell, Olivia Ortiz, and Alice Bowman.
We are trying to figure out. We were trying to explain to them why kind of our setup. And, well, users never found out. Like, trying to explain this is the best way. Using this app is the best way. You shout it out in the room. It's like, it's like you're not there. You don't understand. Pizzle is always like, okay, I'm like, you're right. Entertaining first half, though. The penalty, the officials seem like they're on top of it. I just don't know what the call. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. They're quick. They're quick with their calls. Yeah. Okay. Illegal substitution. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Valley Forge High School Patriot Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Evan M. Hughes, assistant manager Ron Faithful, and career advisor Ms. Teresa. I'm Joe T.
That's not Rob Karlovic tweeting out. Oh my God! See some of these halftime numbers. Yeah, there's a next week. Yeah, that's the one.
Wish the Buckeyes best of luck this year. We will close our show with a Rolling Stones, Pain and Gain.
Is that Reggie? Can I get an autograph, Reggie?
On his way to another 500-yarder. No, I agree. I'm like, yes, I heard that they sniffed around at that Watford game a couple weeks ago. Yeah, right? I mean, they seem like they were late starting.
Knowing that side judge, you a flag on the field.
Right.
He's really sensitive about that
Sideline warning, man. It's my territory. Don't mess.
I mean, I hope that doesn't cost them. These guys finally penalized because one guy stepped on the way.
King of Pain, Brian Crane, a part of our crew here as we welcome everybody back to. Yes, D-Man, we're back. I just decided to surprise you. I'm not going to tell you.
That was a surprise.
I'm not going to tell you when we're coming back. Let's surprise you. Let's have more fun. Welcome back, everybody, to Byers Field here at Parma. It's our WKYC game of the week. Dave DiNatale, Dennis Maniloff, Tyler Carey, Brian Crane, all a part of our crew at the half. Buckeye leading Valley Forge 9-6. Tyler Carey has some scores for us via text here. I'll get those in a second. First half numbers, D-Man. Kentrell Marks, 10 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown, and 2 picks on defense.
Is that all?
That's all.
He looked great.
He did.
He really does. He's a smooth runner, and then he's explosive when he needs to be. He delivers a hit before he goes down. I like everything about this back.
He's a Big Ten guy. Yeah. Eddie Starks, 10 carries, 44 yards. Starks and Marks, the firm, 138 yards rushing. The problem for Valley Forge, because of a couple of bad snaps and such, they only have 97 rushing yards. Although the 2 players have rushed for 138. That's, 40 yards of lost yardage for the Patriots. Now, here's the flip side for Buckeye. They only had 51 yards of total offense in the first half. Marshall, 5 carries, 10 yards. His big play was a kick return off of us after a safety that helped set up the touchdown for Barnes, who's got 9 carries for 29 yards.
And playing a heck of a defensive game as far as I can tell, Ben Barnes. But let me say this about what the Valley Forge coaching staff could say to their players at halftime. If not for that bad snap and then the free kick, which is returned, and I know that's part of the problem, but those 2 plays, the bad snap, which resulted in 2 points, and then the free kick, which was returned into Valley Forge territory, and the Bucks turned that into a touchdown. Right. There's your 9 points right there. So Valley Forge has to feel reasonably good about what it's doing to Buckeye.
Now, the problem is the problem is the quarterback play for both teams. 2 and Jay offenses. 2 for 13 combined for 13 yards and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and you're right. It has been far from scintillating on the quarterback front, but late first half, Valley Forge has that shot down the left side.
Fly had Marks there. You're right.
I mean, that's one that is going to bother Marks, I'm sure, if the Valley Forge does not win this game, because it was there.
Yeah, as my friend Dave Chudowski would say, that could have been a game changer right there. Chud. By the way, good to hear from Bob Karlovic, our old friend.
We love BK.
Yeah, former radio personality in Northeast Ohio, and
he was asking about our trek up the steps at world famous Byers Field.
Yeah, he has called so many games, high school wise, in the area, and it was nice to hear from him. He checked in with the 2 of us.
We figured out where Crane is yet?
I don't know where Brian. He was walking along. I think he's down on the other side of the field now. I think
I've seen him moving a lot. I mean, he's very, very good at what he does.
Brian Crane highlights after the game tonight at WKYC.com. You don't want to miss that. The opening kick is going to swim at the 1 and just go back of the pylon for the touchback. I mean, Marks was just watching it bounce, saying to himself, okay, at some point I may have to pick this up.
Right, the back of the front pylon, that was an interesting situation because the first 2 bounces happened with the ball in play. It had not crossed the goal line yet, so that's a live ball. And then the 3rd bounce, it kicked behind the pylon.
So, thankfully for Valley Forge, they'll start at their own 20. I mean, the rule book would say, that's what you're supposed to do because you don't want to pick it up at the 1 yard line, but you're taking an awful risk there. Forge will go on the ground on first down to the 25, out to the 27-yard line is Kentrell Marks. That's his 11th carry, and that will put him over 100 yards for the night as he is 8 yards on that first down pickup, 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, Marks gobbles up yardage with ease, with relative ease. Like,
well, you said it though. You said it though. He runs smartly. That's the thing. He's patient,
and then he'll wait until something breaks, and then when he's able to, too early.
Yeah, there's all kinds of problems there for Ryan Fry and company trying to get that playoff, and you had movement, false start.
Left side of the O-line for Valley Forge wanted to get the jump on the run right.
So instead of 2nd and 2, it's going to be 2nd and 7. Move the ball back to the 23-yard line. Buckeye got their points in the first half off of a safety, and then on the ensuing play from a bad punt snap, Cayman Marshall returned a kick deep into Valley Forge territory. Ben Barnes took it in for a touchdown from 5 yards out. Here comes Marks again to the 35, to the 40, to the right sideline.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, races. Touchdown, Valley Forge.
Oh my goodness. That is a world-class carry right there.
77 yards for Kentrell Marks to put the Patriots on top, 12-9.
Oh, jeez. That's one of the best runs I've seen in a long, long time.
People told us, as we were getting ready this week, Tyler Carey and I were talking, that Kentrell Marks was the best running back in Northeast Ohio maybe you haven't heard of. You're very quietly going to Purdue.
You've heard of him now.
You've heard of him now, folks.
You better had. Listen, he does not go down on first contact. You hit him, and he doesn't go down.
Here's a 2-point conversion because, remember, Valley Forge missed the extra point on their first attempt. In motion goes Janowski. They'll flip, start, stretches. No. I don't think he got it.
Nope.
D-Man says no. I trust him. So no go on the 2-point conversion, and it will stay a 3-point Patriot lead, 12-9. But 77 big ones on that touchdown run from Kentrell Marks. He has scored 2 touchdowns on offense. He has intercepted 2 passes on defense.
You know what? I'm keeping an eye on him on the sideline.
Remember, he cramped before.
Yeah, he had a cramp, and he's down there. He's on a knee. It's interesting. I mean, it looks all right. He's got the helmet off, and he's getting his congratulations, but
it's an unusual posture.
Yeah, he's not in a posture where you'd say he's 100%. Maybe there's something going on with, but for a guy who might have been cramping, that was the last 50 yards of that run was just like a blur.
That was sprinter speed on that.
Comes to the sideline and he's bottled up a little bit, and the next thing you know, he's gone.
When he gets to the outside, it's virtually impossible to stop him. Here's the ensuing kickoff. Marshall's got it. Watch him at the 5. He's to the 25. He's to the 30. Needs a block. Can't get it. He'll be brought down at the 41-yard line. One block, and I'll tell you, Cayman Marshall could have gotten to the outside, but he just couldn't spring it. But it's a good kick return for the Bucks.
Yeah, it is.
And Marshall will have them set to go 1st and 10 at their own 41.
That's a nice job by Marshall. But I want to go back to the touchdown run, and you see a lot when you have those long runs. A lot of times wide open, like it was an easy run. This was not a wide open run. Like he had to work to get to the second levels.
Single setback is Ben Barnes on 1st down, and on a delay he'll get it to the 45, makes a nice cut inside to the 49-yard line, and gets close to 9 on 1st down.
I like this Ben Barnes guy. I mean, he's a worker. He's been in the Valley Forge backfield pressuring the quarterback, and here he is running and with some nifty footwork.
Yeah, that was a good cut.
I'm still looking. I wonder what's going on with
I've seen him with a couple of bottles of Gatorade, so hydration-wise, but it's just, again, to see a player on one knee like that, you don't expect that. Marshall in motion, he'll get it on the jet. No, actually, no, it's Barnes getting it on the Wildcat. Faked it to Marshall on the jet sweep, but it was a busted play. Yeah. And Barnes should well just to get back to the line of scrimmage, to be honest.
There's not much Barnes could do there. He was under siege from the moment he got the ball.
Smartly kept it. If he had given it to Marshall, Kamen would have been brought down for probably about a 4-yard loss. As it is, it's now just third and about a yard and a half. Nagy will be the fullback, and Barnes the tailback. Third and short for the Bucks. Pitch out. Here comes Barnes. Stumbles a little bit, but able to get the first down. Moves the pile inside the 45 of Valley Forge and down to the 44. That's a first down for the Bucks.
You know, Barnesy is not exceptionally big. I mean, he's listed at 5'11", 184, but he plays big.
Yes.
You know, when he crashes into you, he doesn't fall over right away, and I like this guy. I like the way he plays.
Barnes will stay in there. He'll go next to quarterback Jaden May in the shotgun. Two receivers here on the near side, Smith and Martin. And here comes an end around to Marshall. Breaks the initial tackle. Flag goes down. Right. Marshall goes down at about the 42-yard line. And where that flag was, there was a wide receiver out blocking
that's holding on the
Buckeyes. And that's what happens.
I've learned, Dino, now that we're in the second half, I've learned. As soon as that flag goes down and the play's over, eyeball the official who threw the flag.
Immediately.
He'll make the call in about 3.2 seconds, and then that's it. You better be ready to go.
Hold 10 yards from the spot will take it back to the Buckeye 47, and now it's 1st and 19. They've been trying to get Marshall in space on those jet sweeps in reverse, and they just haven't been able to do it so far tonight. When they do, it will be much like Marks running the ball. Barnes will get it on 1st and long to the 50, and he'll go back into Forge territory near the 48-yard line, so picks up about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 14. We've got 8:42 and counting to play in the third quarter. Valley Forge with their first lead of the night, 12-9, after the electrifying 77-yard touchdown from Kentrell Marks. Again, it's going to be two receivers to the left. This time McGivern in there with Nolan Martin. Marshall slot left, shotgun for the Bucks in a pistol look, as it'll be May rolling left throws. Pass caught 45 to the 40 and down to the 35-yard line. That's Marshall on the catch and very close on 2nd and 14 to a first down pickup. Thinking about a yard short.
That's a nice ball by May. Very well done.
Yeah, well
the money, add some velo to it.
And you get Marshall in space, which, as we said, they've been trying to do that all night. Marshall will come out. He looks like he's laboring a little bit on the trot to the bench. Nagy comes in at fullback with Barnes, the tailback, in the eye. 3rd and 1 for the Bucks. Barnes, carry, first down, and a lot more inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Gets about 7 on that pickup, and another Buckeye first down.
Essentially a jump cut by Barnes. That first move that he makes is excellent.
Bucks quickly to the line. They'll go back to Barnes, and again, another jump cut, and he'll plunge ahead to the 20-yard line. Got about 8 on that pickup on first down.
Very light on his feet.
Yeah.
You know, he still maintains a physical presence while he's dancing, if you will, but he's very good in tight space, in short windows.
And he picks up about 8, maybe 9 on that first down pickup. He'll stay as the tailback in the eye, Nagy the fullback, with Martin and McGivern the wide receivers. 2nd and short. Delay. Barnes gets the carry, and he's going to be smothered in the backfield. That time, Valley Forge not fooled by that delay give. And they'll mark it back to about the 22-yard line, we'll call it. And now it's going to be a 3rd down and about 4. And we'll see Kamen Marshall come back into the ball game along with Nick Smith for Buckeye.
I mean, I don't know, Dino. 4-down territory here.
Yeah.
Do you trust the field goal kicker from
it's Barnes?
40s, Barnesy?
Yeah. It would be his longest of the year.
We saw on the kickoff, maybe.
Yeah, you might.
Won't have to worry about it.
Runner will take it to the 20-yard line. That was Marshall on the carry.
Marshall wanted a horse cow.
Yeah, it looked like he was brought down irregularly, but not a penalty.
And he got the side. The tackler got the shoulder pad.
It's going to be about a yard or so shy of the first down. No field goal kicker. They're going to go for it. I mean, I would think, D-Man, nothing fancy here. Just a quick hitter to Barnes. It's worked well for them tonight. Behind Gunkelman, the center, and Gerdeman, the right guard. Nagy, the fullback. Barnes, the tailback. Two receivers right.
I think you can get it if you.
They're trying to draw Valley Forge offside, but there was movement also by Buckeye. Official saying though offside Forge. So
that's that. You credit May there. I'm pretty sure that was a hard count. He didn't do the head bob, which is going to potentially get the offensive false start.
Yeah, the heavy cadence though gets you.
But that was well done by May. He clearly was looking for that, and he got it.
So ball inside now, the 15 of Valley Forge at the left hash. Buckeye trailing by 3, but on the march, trying to retake the lead. I formation for the Bucks. May turns, gives, Barnes. Wow. Nothing doing. Yeah. Down at the 15-yard line, a swarm of black jerseys.
Right side of the Valley Forge D-line just collapsed on top of the ball carrier. Excellent job by Valley Forge there.
Yeah, I'd love to spot it for you. The jerseys make it impossible from where we are.
Yeah, it really is. You don't want to shortchange anybody on Valley Forge from, if they make a good play. It's almost impossible to see their uniform numbers.
Second down, 10 for Buckeye. Man in motion, right to left. And May will give first man.
Look at that.
Is still on his feet down to the 10-yard line.
Goodness, what a play. Barnesy.
Was that Barnes? That was Barnes. That's right. That was Nagy. It was Barnesy. We're calling him Barnesy.
Well, listen, I'm calling him Barnes. The Terry Francona where he has a Y on everybody's name. Marks for Valley Forge, Barnes for the Bucks. Those two guys do not go down when you hit them first. Like your first hit on them is not going to knock them down.
He got 7 on that play. It's 3rd and 3. Pitch out. Barnes cuts inside to the 5, to the 4, to the 3-yard line, where it will be first and goal for the Buckeye Bucks. Again, Ben Barnes with some fine moves cutting upfield, and he sets up his team now first and goal. Ball right at the 3-yard line on the left hash.
He's so quick with his first and second steps, and he's been terrific in this possession.
Marshall checks in. They'll go to a pistol. Actually, they'll go almost to like a triple stack here, but a split in the backfield.
Wishbone.
Yeah, wishbone with 3 backs.
Switzer and the boys.
May will go. First man through into the end zone. Barnes, touchdown. Buckeye.
Barnes, you talk about a workhorse. Holy moly.
Well, he really spearheaded that touchdown drive. He gets his 3-yard touchdown, his 2nd of the night, his 7th here in 2021.
You want to talk about an impressive possession. Okay, so, we're getting ready for the extra point, but the Buckeye Bucks just get punched in the mouth with that great run, and they turn around and just put together one heck of a drive for a touchdown.
And again, it starts with a good kick return by Marshall. Barnes' extra point. Up.
Barnes gets no rest.
Yeah.
He gets no rest.
Plays running back, plays linebacker, handles the kicking. He's not the punter, actually. Marshall's the punter. But that extra point puts his team back in front now. Buckeye 16, Valley Forge 12 with 4:10 to go here in the third quarter.
And here's what else is incredible about Barnes. He is playing as the rest of the players. Everybody on this field is playing on field turf,
yes.
Right? You don't see any dirt anywhere, do you? No. But I would swear when I look at Barnes' uniform, it's dirty.
Yeah.
Like he's got an off-colored white.
You're right. You're right.
He's so active and he's constantly getting hit and hitting and getting hit on the knocked down. Of course, you're going to get tackled. But this guy has got a jersey as if he's playing in the mud.
Well, the aforementioned Ben Barnes has, let's see, figure he's got 14 of the 16 points tonight for the Bucks. 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points.
I mean, what an answer by the Buckeye
Absolutely.
Bucks. Set up by the return, by the way.
Marshall's had 2 good kick returns tonight to set up Barnes' touchdown runs. And now,
Barnes got to kick off now.
Yeah. And I think that's Starks back deep to receive. And this kick is going to be fielded at the 5. Ball dropped. That's struck out. They got to pick it up at the 3. Buckeye going to trap Valley Forge down at about the 2-yard line.
Wow.
Another special teams miscue, D-man.
Yeah. That is, and I can't guarantee you who that was.
That was Starks.
Was it Starks?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And quickly, Nagy was down there looking at the replay. Berger was down there to cover him up. And ball was spotted just inside the 2-yard line.
Dino, here we go. I mean, Marks.
He's not in there right now.
Well, here he is. I was wondering where he was during this past possession, and now he's coming up. Okay, he doesn't have his helmet on yet, but he's on the sideline.
I think he just told head coach Marcelo DeAngelis, I want to go back in.
I wonder why he wasn't ready to go.
Yeah, on that kick.
Immediately.
Yeah, I wonder too. Starks, I think, will get it on first down. And just tripped up at the 5-yard line. I tell you, if Jacob Berger fell on him, if the trip up doesn't happen, Eddie's got some real estate ahead of him.
That's right. Who knows?
Now, Marks is back in
Marks
there.
is back in. Yeah, that's a good sign for sure, obviously, for Valley Forge. But, you know, he might be dealing with the cramp situation.
I think he is. 3 yards on that Starks pickup as Marks will go into the wing.
If you're the Bucks, right. You better be on point, because if he gets in the open space.
Here's a delay, and on the ground, a little extra running room out to the 9-yard line. I believe that was Eddie Starks again. So it sets up a 3rd and somewhat manageable, about a 3rd and 3 for Valley Forge. At the very least, they want to get some field position here as we're going to stoppage and play.
A Bucks player down.
And again, with that posture that would indicate a possible cramp. I got to tell you, when we were here.
There it is, you're right.
Yeah.
Both legs are up.
Yeah. We were here early. I got here about 5, and that sun, it was about 85 degrees with that sun beating down, and it was still humid. So the fact that we're in week 5, but we're having cramping from both sides tonight, I'm not surprised. It's a hot, humid night here in Northeast Ohio.
It's still soupy.
How are the Indians doing, by the way? Not so good. Okay.
No, but the game's moving, unfortunately, for me.
That's not good either.
No.
I like having D-Man here.
I enjoy this.
Yes.
Even the buyers' press box walk, walk up to the press box, I still enjoy any chance I get to be at Buyers, but I'm going to probably have to exit early because of some of these injuries and the fact that the Indians game is moving so
Speeding
fast.
up a little bit, yeah.
I was hoping for that typical Yankee 4-hour.
Yeah, I know. I was too. I thought we had a shot at that.
Well, okay, that's exactly what it was, Dino. It had to be cramping.
Okay, the player for, and I think that was Cam Stout, the linebacker, who was being tended to.
Yes, Cam Stout jogging off the field.
So a big play here for Valley Forge. They've got a 3rd and 3 at their own 9, trailing by 4. 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Ryan Fry under center. The give, swinging right side. That is Starks, and that's going to be a first down out near the 19-yard line. That's Marks, actually. That's Cantrell. Apologies.
You know, and he did a really good job. And
again, with that patience, D-Man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's a huge carry. I mean, as great as the touchdown run was, and it was great, and it was needed, that was an extremely valuable carry for Valley Forge. He's got to get that first down so you don't have to punt from your end line, basically, or your end zone, the front line.
As almost like a busted play, yeah. And Valley Forge able to at least get a yard or so. Problem was on the counter out of that wing tee. Fly turned, and it was like nobody was home. By the way, I have to apologize to my man Tyler Carey. I never got a chance to read the halftime scores because we got so. I know he is. We got so quick, and the band went so long, as you mentioned. We were jumping into the third quarter. I realized I never read the scores. We have to use a different app here in the second half, so I apologize. We'll get TC scores via online, and he and I will have more here coming up. Is on second down. This one is Eddie Starks, and Eddie Starks takes it to the 34-yard line. I'm sorry, but that on 2nd and 7, well enough to get a first down as we tick away under 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3, and Valley Forge will be set up just shy of their own 35. Marks and Starks, who said the law firm, generally one of those two touch the football on every offensive play. Fry under center on first down. Rolling left, looks, throws over the middle, and pass dropped. Oh, Marks dropped another one. And that would have been a first down. And as he made the catch,
did he hit his finger?
Yeah, he got hit, I think, on the hand. Incomplete.
He's in pain.
Michael McGivern there on the coverage, and Kentrell trying to fight it off and stay in there.
The ball was right there, but it might have caught his finger in an awkward way.
I think you're right, and he's going to come out. And that is whenever Kentrell Marks is not in there, that's a huge loss. Trainers will immediately take a look. Starks in the backfield, 2nd and 10. Starks gets the pitch out, breaks an initial tackle, takes it out near the 40-yard line. Did well there to string out about 5 yards on that gain.
And you know the initial tackle attempt was Barnesy.
Of course it was.
He shot in there and went for the feet and almost got it. I mean, this guy is everywhere. Number 15 with the white jerseys is everywhere.
Starks gets 4 on that pickup, so it'll be 3rd and 6 for Valley Forge. Ball at their own 39-yard line. We've got 1 minute and counting to play in the third quarter. Buckeye 16, Valley Forge 12. Big play here on third down. Fry turns. Look, that's Janowski get into carry, and he goes nowhere. Yeah. Good surge led by Ben Barnes, of course, on that tackle, and we've got a Valley Forge player slow to get up.
Yeah, that's Barnes doing what Barnes does, just messing things up.
Yeah, he was able to kind of slow it up, and Jacob Lowry came over from his end spot to finish it off. So punting situation for Forge with 22 seconds and counting to play here in this third quarter. And every long snap tonight for the Patriots has been an adventure.
And Dino, we're looking at the sideline here, and you've got
line drive kick, D-man. Marshall on the running catch at the 30, and Kentrell breaks a tackle and takes it down to the 41. You were keeping your eye on Marks, were you not?
Yeah, and he's being tended to, and he's shaking that hand. We think it was a finger that might have been jammed on that pass play, but he's on the bench, and he's being tended to, and the finger is bothering him. We think it's the finger.
Yeah, that's the indication.
As if he'd been stung by a bee or something.
Right.
But
that's the end of the third quarter, by the way. We head to the fourth. Buckeye leading 16-12, and they're going to have good field position at their own 41-yard line. The WKYC Game of the Week is presented, as always, by Chick-fil-A, home of the original chicken sandwich. Head over to your neighborhood Chick-fil-A, Cleveland, Akron, Canton, and pick yourself up a great chicken sandwich. D-Man says, get the pickle. Dino says, don't get the pickle, but you have it your way and enjoy the great food at Chick-fil-A.
We love Chick-fil-A. Oh, my gosh.
They had a kicking competition here at Parma for all the Parma schools, Parma, Normandy, and Valley Forge. That's sponsored by Chick-fil-A. And the winner, if you can kick like a 20-yard field goal, you get like a year's supply at Chick-fil-A. Like, that's a great, I mean,
time to limber up.
Right, exactly.
We need it. We need it.
I mean,
they did great food, great service, just a great company.
Nagy and Barnes will be in the backfield behind Jaden Mays. We start the fourth quarter, Buckeye with a 4-point lead. And again, the big concern right now is Kentrell Marks for Valley Forge and his status. Barnes the carry on first down. And he'll get some tough yards. Look at him. He breaks a tackle to the 47-yard line when he initially was stood up for about a 2-yard gain. He gets about 7 on first down.
Barnsley's like, until and unless I hear the whistle,
I'm moving.
I am moving and I'm staying on my feet, and you're going to need 3 or 4 guys to drag me down. He's relentless.
Hard-earned 6 on that first down carry, 2nd and 4. He'll be the fullback. Marshall the tailback. Marshall gets the carry. Marshall runs left, but then gets hit on 2nd down, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
That play just took too long to develop.
Just couldn't get him loose.
Forge was able to diagnose it quickly enough.
Forge has done a great job tonight offensively against Kame and Marshall. The problem has been they haven't been able to shut down Ben Barnes.
Yeah.
Marshall will come out in this play. Nagy back in as your fullback. Barnes the tailback. Big play here. 3rd and 4. From the Buckeye 47, Barnes gets the pitch, runs left to the 50, and dives forward and should have enough for a first down. Relentless.
He's relentless, and he's quick. He's quick to the spot. He gets to the hole in a hurry. And he knew what he needed, and he's like, I'm going to make sure by hook or by crook I get to the sticks. And that's what he did. And he has that lean, too. He falls forward all the time, it seems, to give you the extra yard.
Ball at the Forge 48-yard line, 10:25 to go here in the 4th quarter. Buckeye with a 4-point lead and now a fresh set of downs. And they just drew Valley Forge offsides.
May's doing the job under center.
1st and 5
Whatever
now.
he's saying is causing Valley Forge to jump. That's twice now.
Ball will move up now to the Patriot 43. And as you said, 1st and 5. Boy, what Buckeye would love here, leading 4, is to eat up clock and put this ball into the end zone and go up by 2 scores, essentially. And with Marks a question mark, that is a huge issue for Valley Forge. Here comes Barnes again to the 41 and won't be able to break through as he's put down at that particular spot. About a gain of 2 on first down.
That's how you have to tackle Barnes. You've got to wrap him up below the waist. And, yeah, they're still tending to Marks. And, yeah, this is not good for Valley Forge at all.
Yeah, multiple people over with him. St. Edward leading Massillon 14-3 at the half. Upset in the breaking 3rd quarter. Berea Mid-Park on top of Avon Lake 21-17. We'll get more scores here for you in a second. 2nd down as Barnes will get the carry again on 2nd down and 3. And remember, because it was a 1st and 5, and he took it very close to the first down marker, and it will be another Buckeye first down as they'll mark it inside the 37 near the 36.
Generous, but it was going to be a first down anyway. Maybe an extra foot in there, but that's the benefit of the doubt that Barnesy gets because he's such a bulldog.
Medina leading Strongsville 28-3 in the 3rd quarter at the half. Drew Aller had 272 yards passing after throwing for 523 last week.
I heard he's pretty good.
He's solid. Fresh set of downs for Buckeye. As they'll go, I think that's Barnes got the carry on first down, but for one of the few times tonight stood up in the backfield and brought down no gain.
Well, one of the, again, I hate to shortchange the Valley Forge player who made the play, but I cannot see his number.
No, I can't either. That's the problem.
One of the Valley Forge players just blasted one of the Buckeye O-linemen and knocked him down and set up that play. So I wish I could give you credit, but I just couldn't see the number. I'm getting
us binoculars. I'm telling you.
Well, even with binoculars,
it'd be difficult. Yeah. 2nd down and 10. No gain on that run for Barnes on first down, but Valley Forge almost offsides again. Pitch out to Marshall this time, and he'll take it across the 35 and down to about the 32. About a gain of 4. And Marshall, who I also think has been dealing with some cramping issues, gets up slowly, heads back to the huddle, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Good news for Buckeye. Good news for Valley Forge. Marks is back up off the bench. So this is
you know he wants to play play.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're Marcelo DeAngelis, you got a long season.
Yeah.
And you got to be cautious.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here because Forge needs him, but he might not be available. He might not be cleared.
And before Buckeye can call this play on third down, they're going to take time with 7:22 to go. Here in the fourth quarter, facing a 3rd and 7 at the Valley Forge 33. Other scores, Barberton leading Highland 21-14 in the third quarter. Tyler Carey talked about that in the pregame. Highland undefeated coming into that game. Lakewood trailing Lucas at the half 14-13 in a hastily rescheduled game. Elyria Catholic leading Valley Forge 20-18 in the fourth. Bay over Westlake 14-7 in the third. Up in Lake County, boy, a blowout tonight. Did not see this coming. Willoughby South shutting out Eastlake North 35-0. Avon leading Elyria 35-6 in the third. Bedford over Padua 22-8 third quarter. And let's see, Olmsted Falls all over North Ridgeville 42-6 in quarter number 3.
Tell you what, Dino, this is it's crunch time right now.
It really is.
For the Valley Forge defense. They need a stop here because they're down 4. There's only 7:22 left in the game. You're not sure about Marks coming back.
And you're not a throwing team. End around, Marshall trapped in the backfield, back at the 37-yard line. Well read by the Patriots.
What a play by Valley Forge. I mean, you talk about diagnosing a play properly. And
Marquise Bolden on that tackle.
Yeah.
Marcus Bolden on the tackle.
Outstanding job by Valley Forge.
And that forces a punt. Marshall gets a good snap, end-over-end kick. It'll bounce inside the 10, inside the 5, and it will go into the end zone. So Buckeye trying to pin Valley Forge inside the 20.
Marks is coming back out.
Here we go. Kentrell Marks, who has scored 2 touchdowns tonight, including a 77-yarder with 2 interceptions on defense, has been dealing with cramps, and it looked like D-Man, from where I'm sitting, a heavily taped left hand.
Yeah. He definitely injured the hand, if not the fingers on the hand on that pass near midfield in the previous possession.
He is in there now.
And it's winning time for Valley Forge. They need him.
Starks and Marks split in the backfield. First down. It's Starks, nothing doing. Buckeye not fool on the fake, and they trap Eddie Starks down, no gain. Actually, he may have lost a yard to the 19, 2nd and 11, 6:33 and counting to play, fourth quarter. Buckeye 16, Valley Forge 12. And we said Barnes has 14 of the 16 points for the Bucks. Marks has all 12 of the points for the Patriots. 2 great players showcased here tonight.
Exactly. It's a team game, but those 2 guys have been spectacular.
Second down to throw Fry. Left-handed throw is caught at the 21, and that is it for Eddie Starks.
There's a cramp situation, too.
Yeah.
The Bucks player who just...
Yeah, Bostic is slow to get up.
Bostic was grabbing his toes.
And on the far side, D-Man, look at that. There's another one.
I mean, I feel for these guys.
Yeah.
You know,
the young man is slamming for Buckeye's hand on the turf because, you know, that's all you can do because your legs are just absolutely useless for the moment.
Yeah. Dino correctly identified that a couple of weeks ago when we were here. And that's got to be what they're dealing with. Whenever they lay down like that and put the legs straight up, it definitely feels like a cramp situation.
And usually by the time you get to the midway point of a regular season, you don't see it as often. But as we approach the first day of fall here coming up, it is unseasonably warm today and unseasonably humid.
Yeah,
and so you're going to have things like this. I mean, you know, I don't know what the dew point was, but I know game time temp was still in the 80s.
All right, Dino, so what do you draw up here? If you're Valley Forge, you're looking at 3rd and 10. You have to, I mean, you got to convert this. But, I mean, what are we looking at? 6 minutes to go? You need to stop Buckeye in a hurry. So, I don't know. I'm looking at something like, I would reverse it to Marks.
Yes.
I would do some kind of
some way to get him in space.
I know it's easier said than done, but
and by the way, that's Cam Stout, who again is dealing with cramping coming off the field. But he won't have him now for this 3rd down play. 5:57 to go in the 4th. Valley Forge down 4 with a 3rd and 10 at their own 20. Quarterback Ryan Fry goes under center. Marks swings out. Here's a reverse. Can he get to the outside? He's at the 20. Cuts inside to the 24, and there's a flag down anyway. Yeah, they wouldn't let him get outside, so he tried for the inside lane, and by the time he made his cut, there was a holding anyway on Valley Forge.
Jacob Berger of Buckeye did a heck of a job. I don't know. I wonder if I'd decline this if I'm Buckeye.
I think I would too.
And make them make a decision on 4th down here. They're going to do it. They're going to decline it. Yeah.
Because otherwise it's you give Marks an opportunity on a 3rd and long.
All right, and
why take that risk?
Is going to punt. Yeah, it's too risky this deep. Yeah, I get a ton of credit to Jacob Berger for a quality play there.
Yeah. I mean, and there's a late Valley Forge player checking in. As I've said, special teams tonight for the Patriots has just been all kinds of an adventure. May Marshall go in double safeties at about their own 45, and May's just going to let it bounce, and Valley Forge is going to get a couple of extra yards. Because of that, it will bounce inside the 35 and out of bounds at the 33. So now job 1 here for the Patriots is a 3 and out, and for Buckeye, I think we're going to see a big dose of Ben Barnes here to try to stretch clock and yardage.
And you did have Marks in space ever so briefly on that reverse on 3rd down.
You called it though.
But Buckeye did a heck of a job of thinking the same way we were.
Yeah.
They were thinking some way, somehow, Marks is going to get the ball. So keep your eyeballs on number 6. And they did, and that's why they were able to tackle him for a minimal gain.
Nagy, he is the fullback. Barnes, the tailback. Buckeye with a 1st down. Here comes Barnes. Barnes drags a couple of would-be tacklers out to about the 37-yard line for a gain of 4.
I mean, that's the thing. Dino, that's a 2-yard gain that he made into a 4-yard gain.
Yep.
And those yards add up.
Absolutely.
By the end of the game, he's giving you, I don't know, 20 to 25 extra yards because of his grit and his physicality and his
and Greg Dennison's play card now for Buckeye is a lot. Instead of 2nd and 8, it's 2nd and 6. You've got a little bit more you can do here.
Situation, yes.
Clock rolling, under 5 minutes to go. Buckeye protecting a 4-point lead, 2nd down and 6. Under center. Here comes May. Here's the pitch out. Marshall trapped in the backfield and brought down back at the 32-yard line, trying to get Kamen in space. Again, they've tried all night, and every time Valley Forge has had a hat on him, it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, great job by the Valley Forge DB to crash the party.
Yeah, they'll take back those 4 yards and make it 3rd and 10. 4 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Now Jaden May will shift to the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Quick drop, he pumps. Now he'll keep it and run. Very safe play for Buckeye. He'll get to the 35, but that's it. 2 yards on that pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Buckeye, one of the Buckeye coaches, I think he thought that play had a chance to do more, and he's not happy.
Bolden on the tackle for Valley Forge. Marks is going to go back deep to receive the kick. As Marshall will kick it away, clock rolling, 3:20 and counting, 4th quarter. Valley Forge will get another shot, down 4. Marshall's kick, end over end. Marks running catch at his own 28. At the 30, and he's going to be pushed back down at about the 28-yard line. Just couldn't get to the outside and wisely just ate the football. And Valley Forge will need to go 60. Well, so we're going to spot this here. I mean, it looked like it was going to be the 29.
And they need a touchdown,
29.
too.
Yeah. So they got to go. Well, see, now they're going to mark it back at the 27. They got to go 73 yards in 3:08 because they're down 4. The officials are having a mini conference over on the by the left hash here for
Valley Forge is like, we want to go, and the officials are like, no, we're not ready yet. Hold on.
And I just saw down the field, the coach is telling everybody, move back, move back.
Yeah.
Don't need that sideline warning now. Yeah.
Sideline flag.
Yeah, you're right. No warning. That's over.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. Ryan Frying Company on first down. Here comes Marks. Breaks the tackle 30 to the 35-40 for 45 and down to the 47-yard line. Gain of 20 for Kentrell Marks on first down.
Marks is so good. And you could tell his hand is bothering him, but he's gritty, gutty. He's like, there's no way I'm
not playing this game.
I'm playing with a bad hand, whatever it is, fingers.
And you know he told Coach DeAngelis, just give me the ball. I want the ball.
Yep. That's what the great ones do.
He gets it again. At the 50, 45. To the 40, breaks away. Down the right sideline. 20, 15, 10 to the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. First and goal, Valley Forge.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the phone. Wait. The officials are talking.
When there was a penalty downfield,
I don't see the laundry on the field, but I got the far side judge. Here it comes.
Penalty on Buckeye.
Yeah. Of course, they will decline it, the Valley Forge Patriots.
Marks has them set up now. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Sorry I said he was gone.
Bye-bye. You know what? For a second, I did too.
That was an amazing run again.
He's at the actually move it to the 3. So, and the clock now. Well, momentarily it stopped. To move the chains, it should be. Well, no, he was out of bounds. That's right. Okay. First and goal, Valley Forge. Here's the pitch out. Starks has it to the end zone. Touchdown, Valley Forge. Wow. Marks brings him down. Starks takes it in. Touchdown, Patriots back in the lead with 2:29 to play in the fourth quarter. Eddie Starks with his 6th touchdown of the season. And this is an important extra point because it would force Buckeye to at least need a field goal to tie.
They're going for 2.
They're going for 2 here.
They want to. I mean, I don't know why.
They're going to take a timeout here and talk about it because the special teams have been a problem. And I mean, the extra point the first time was just not a good kick. I guess that's why, if you're Coach DeAngelis, you're thinking, look, let's go up by 4. Let's take the 2 and go up by 4 because, quite honestly, if they drive down close enough for a field goal, they may as well even get a touchdown.
Dino, Kentrell Marks. I mean, are you kidding me with this guy?
The courage.
It's incredible.
Yes.
I mean, he's an amazing athlete, amazingly talented, and he's out there gutting through some physical issues. And, I mean, you talk about a guy who runs smoothly, and he's the perfect blend of power and speed and shifty. And I know, we've said this. This is a team game. Football is a team game. But it feels like a boxing match between Marks and Barnes.
It pretty much is.
It's just those two guys are they've separated themselves, and it's a slugging match between those two guys. What a treat the Buyers.
71 yards on 2 carries for Marks to set up the Starks touchdown. Here's the 2-point conversion. It will be Marks getting carry. He's not going to get it. Won't get it. So Buckeye, a field goal would win it with 2:29 to go. Please don't tell me you have to leave now. after the
I'm gonna hang.
Oh. I'm like,
I know. I don't.
this is such a good game.
I know it is.
I hate for you to leave.
I've got probably 15 minutes in.
I feel like we got a good shot then. Dave DiNatale, Dennis Maniloff with you. It's our WKYC Game of the Week presented by Chick-fil-A, home of the original chicken sandwich. Byersfield and Parma. Valley Forge has retaken the lead over Buckeye 18-16. Thanks in large part again to Kentrell Marks, who dealt with cramps in the first half and we believe an injured hand or an injured finger in the second half. But in 2 carries, he took the ball down for 71 yards to set up his teammate Eddie Starks for a 3-yard touchdown run. Now, if you're Valley Forge...
There he is again. Yeah, he was bent over, Marks, at around the 27. I mean, this guy is giving it everything he has. But he's been dealing with stuff, and now he's on the bench. Oh my goodness!
I gotta tell you, if I'm Valley Forge, I would do anything here but kick it to Cayman Marshall. Marshall's had 2 terrific kick returns tonight that have set up touchdowns. One on a kickoff from a safety, and the other one just a standard kick return. I mean, I would almost kick it out of bounds here before I would kick it to Marshall, the way things have gone tonight. 2:29 to go, 2-point lead for Valley Forge as they kick it off. Marshall back deep to receive. And they're going to kick it right to him. Here comes Marshall at the 10. Marshall behind the wall at the 25. Wow! Close to the 40. He's to the 50-yard line and down there.
Wait a minute.
And a late flag after they brought him
down. What are they going to call here? Is that going to be a face mask?
D-man.
I don't think it's going to be a clip.
I don't think so.
It was so late in the play.
And it was only Marshall against two guys wearing black jerseys.
Marshall is just explosive up the middle.
That's why I said don't kick to him. I'm not trying to second guess Coach DeAngelis, but he's burned you twice already tonight. And if this penalty is against Valley Forge, and we believe it is, Buckeye is going to be in Forge territory with plenty of time.
I think that's a personal foul.
Not the 5-yard variety. No. Yeah, you're right. They're marking 15 off.
That's maximum.
To the 35-yard line of the Patriots with 2:22 to go.
Wow.
I mean, Cayman Marshall has struggled all night offensively. Forge has done a good job on him. But he has burned the Patriots with 3 excellent kickoff returns.
Yeah.
Smith out wide left. Near side right, Martin. Nagy the fullback, Barnes the tailback. Barnes gets the carry on first down to the 30, to the 27-yard line, and about 9 on first down for Ben Barnes. 2:10 and counting the play. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Stoppage on the field. Timeout Patriots. They looked like they were slow getting somebody back in the game. Neza Ruiz is back in there now on the defensive line with 2:09 to go. 18-16 Patriots, but Buckeye, after the kick return from Marshall, with a penalty tacked on for face mask, personal foul variety.
I mean, that's what we think it was.
Yes.
Almost no other option there. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, the referee does not do a long, sustained... it's a...
And there's no audio.
No. This is when I do wish it was like college football or the NFL, where you get the referee's microphone to help you out a little bit. But that's what we suspect the call was, and it certainly was a 15-yard penalty, so... Buckeye, Barnes got 8 on first down. They mark it right at the 27, so it's 2nd and 2. Again, that I formation. Barnes will get it, quick hitter, first down, inside the 20, kind of able just to kind of go on one hand to keep his footing inside the 15 to the 13-yard line.
I mean, what more can you say about
he's
Barnes?
nimble.
He figures out a way to extend the carry. And he just piles up these extra yards.
I mean, he was going down, and he was able to balance himself with one hand. Orient out wide right. Smith wide left. Eye in the backfield. Barnes again. And this time, he will be stood up and dropped. And I'll tell you what, Valley Forge, very close to unnecessary roughness.
Wow.
Backing him up about 10 yards. Very
right
close.
in front of the referee, and I credit the ref there for saying, you know what, that was close, but I'm not going to throw the flag because it's money ball time. I mean, everything's on the line here.
Valley Forge.
Borderline.
Yeah. Just used their last timeout with 1:23 to go in the fourth. From where it is now at the 14, it would be a 31-yard field goal attempt. Barnes' longest this year is 27.
You know that this game is coming down to Barnesy.
One way or the other.
One way or the other. He's either running it in or kicking, or he's kicking for the win.
And you know he wants to run it badly, desperately.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 coming up for the Bucks. I'll tell you, we've had miscues and we've had errors here tonight, but it's been a well-fought football game from both sides in a very important early season Great Lakes Conference game. 1:23 to play in regulation, and it's a 2-point game, so barring a safety, we're not going to overtime. Marshall now will be the tailback, Barnes the fullback. 2nd and 10. Barnes gets it. Runs left. Dino, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Buckeye Bucks. Ben Barnes, his 3rd score of the game. And D-Man, I don't think he was touched after the 10-yard line.
No, one of the few times where it was so clean, but I do want to give the Buckeye Bucks O-line credit. No question about it. But Barnes is just phenomenal. He is so good. Did you score a little too early, though?
I was just thinking that, too. Now, the problem for Forge is they used all their timeouts there. So they will have none remaining when they go back on offense. Now, Buckeye, with a 4-point lead, would like to make it a 6-point lead. They'll go for 2. They'll go to Barnes, and Barnes trying to drive to the end zone. He didn't get it. So it will stay a 4-point lead. So that means a touchdown for Valley Forge would give them the lead back. I hesitate to say win it because the way this game is going, who knows?
What a spectacular fourth quarter.
Yes. And you said it. We've seen 2 tremendous players, Ben Barnes and Kentrell Marks,
at the top of their game.
Top of their form.
And Marks would tell you that I'm maybe not at the top of my game, even as great as he's been, because of what he's had to deal with. He's still on the bench here, being worked on. You know, it looks like in the neck area. So I don't know if Marks is going to be able to give it a go.
I don't know. Now he's not coming in for the kickoff, obviously.
Is he just waiting until it's time to put the helmet back on? But he's sitting on the bench, being tended to by what looks like one of the members of the training staff.
I mean, that young man has given every ounce of himself tonight here at Byers Field.
I mean, it's just remarkable. You can watch 2 quality teams slug it out, and then you can also appreciate the mano-a-mano aspect of it, where you have Marks against Barnes. That makes this game so much fun.
So Barnes will kick off, 3 back deep to receiving.
Look at Barnes' uniform, Dino.
You're right. I mean, it looks like he's playing in the mud.
I mean, he's got so much of the Valley Forge jersey on him that it's turned brownish.
Line drive kick will sail at the 5. Starks has to pick it up at the 4, looking for a block to the 15, and got tripped up at the 17-yard line. And to this point, Kentrell Marks is not coming back in.
No.
And you're right. I think they're looking at it. I wonder if on that last run, when they brought him out of bounds at the 4, if he didn't do something to, as you say, to his shoulder. That's where they're looking at right now.
On the neck, shoulder. Plus, he had the finger or hand, and we think he was cramping. He is not going to be able to go in this final possession. You know he desperately wants to get out there, but the body won't allow it, or he just isn't able to by virtue of the training call.
1:14 to go.
On the bench.
Yeah, he's not in there right now. Now, what's nice for Marks here as they work on him, and it's unfortunate for Buckeye. I don't want to ever say anything's fortunate for an injury, but there's an injury stoppage tending to a Buckeye player, and it does allow Marks a little more time on the sideline
Dino, you know I love you, but I do have to eject.
Yeah, all right,
I think you can carry it here. Yeah, I know you can. It's been a pleasure. It really has, but I do have to get to my Indians post game.
As I always say, I'll listen to you on the way home.
Dino, awesome. Thank you so much for having me. What a great game, by the way. All the Buckeye fans and all the, I wanted to say New England Patriot fans, Valley Forge fans, your teams have acquitted themselves so well.
Yeah, it's been a real fun game tonight. Dennis Maniloff heading back to News Radio WTAM 1100 for the Indians post-game show tonight after they finish up with the Yankees. James Orient was the player for Buckeye shaken up, and he's able to get off the field under his own power. Again, one eye on the field, one eye on Kentrell Marks, who has gotten up off the bench. I know he wants to play. He desperately wants to play. We'll see if Marcelo DeAngelis will let him play on first down. Back to throw. Fry shoots one deep left and overshot his target. Oh, he had Chris Sledge there, just couldn't quite thread the needle. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. 1:08 to go. Marks, helmet on, back in the game. And if Kentrell Marks can do anything else special, in addition to what he's already done in this game, I mean, he'll go legend here. 22-18 Buckeye. 1:08 to go. 2nd and 10. Valley Forge from their own 17. Pitch out comes. Marks has it. Swings left and got something out of nothing. It's Eddie Starks actually on the carry. I thought Marks was a deep man. Out to the 19. Short pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 8 with 1:03 to go. And keep in mind, Valley Forge has no timeouts remaining. So stoppages for them will be first downs or sideline. We're having to spike it. 1:03 to go. And the problem is, again, the Patriots are not a team that's designed, offense is designed for a 2-minute drill. But when you have Marks and Starks, sometimes it really doesn't matter. 3rd and 8, Marks gets it on the counter, swings outside. Here we go. To the 30, to the 40, to the 50. Oh, he couldn't break one last tackle. Marks gets a first down just shy of midfield. 54 seconds to go. Ball at the 49 of the Patriots. Kentrell Marks refusing to let his team lose this game. Fry under center. And Marks will get it again on a delay. This time he goes nowhere, and he'll be brought down at the 49. Couldn't get to the outside, and that's going to be costly for Forge. They can't stop the clock. 32, 31, 30 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. They got to hurry. Clock down to 25 seconds to go. Fry rolls left. Pumps. Throws. Deep left. Incomplete at the 25-yard line. And that was Marks downfield. And I got to tell you, there are about 5 players, 3 Bucks and 2 Patriots on one knee, gasping for air / cramping. That's what this game has been tonight. 18 seconds to go. That incomplete pass will stop the clock and set Valley Forge up. Now, why are they backing the ball up here? Because they're holding a holding. And again, the most nonchalant penalty calls you'll ever find. That holding takes it back to the 33. It'll be 2nd and 26. When I say back to the 33, the Forge 33. 18 seconds to go. Forge might be out of miracles right now. Here's Fry, looking, throwing, trying to get it to Marks, underthrew him. Incomplete at the 45-yard line. Orient was back there on the coverage. 3rd and 26 with 13 seconds to go. But all you're doing now, and Kentrell Marks, the gas gauge is got to be almost at empty right now. He is playing on adrenaline and guts. That's it. Valley Forge 67 yards away from winning the game with 13 seconds to go. From their own 33 on 3rd and 26. Fry lofts one. Right side of the field, no one home, incomplete and almost intercepted by Jacob Berger. And that sets up 7 seconds to go, a last-ditch effort for Valley Forge. And the problem now is you can't stop the clock, so you're going to need a bunch of you're going to need a trick play here, a bunch of laterals, those types of play that you practice on the last 15 minutes of two-a-days in July or early August. Oop-de-oop type plays. I mean, that's all you got left here. 7 seconds to go for Forge. Down 4. Here's Fry. Looking, throwing left, up for grabs. Incomplete. 2 seconds to go. Change of possession on the 4th down as Barnes came in and made contact on Fry. And Buckeye is going to win this game with 2 seconds to go. And Ryan Fry has been he's played a tough game himself tonight, and he'll come off the field. He's okay. And Buckeye will go to a knee and go to 4-1 on the year. What a final 12 minutes at Byers Stadium. Byers Field, I should say. Bolton Stadium. It has been twists and turns aplenty in this game. And I think Dennis Maniloff said it beautifully. Two teams playing a tough and rumble type of game. And two outstanding players were showcased there at the end. And in the end, Ben Barnes and company will come out on top. Jaden May goes to a knee, and that is going to do it. The Buckeye Bucks come to Byers Field in a hard-fought battle. They beat Valley Forge tonight 22-18. Valley Forge drops to 2-2. Buckeye now 4-1 on the season. And that was as entertaining as a finish to a game as you'll see. And we've been lucky this year. I think now in 5 games we've had 3 really go down to the wire, and even last week, it wasn't decided until mid or late 4th quarter. But Buckeye, led by Ben Barnes, who scored 3 touchdowns tonight, and all of them, let's say this. When you look back at this game, all 3 touchdowns scored by Ben Barnes, but all 3 were set up by kick returns by Kamen Marshall. You have to credit, special teams, when Valley Forge looks at this game on the films, special teams will be a big reason why they came out, unfortunately for them, on the short end. The safety, a missed extra point, and just could not contain Kamen Marshall on kickoffs tonight. Now, having said that, Valley Forge, they will talk about Kentrell Marks, who 2 weeks ago, 15 days ago, spearheaded a 21-point comeback at this field in a win against Rocky River, 30-29. And Marks very nearly brought them back again tonight. And I'm watching Kentrell on the sidelines and just kind of gathering himself. And he's going over now to talk with his team and head coach Marcelo DeAngelis. Hurting, frustrated, but a warrior tonight. He was brilliant for Valley Forge, and he very nearly won them the game tonight. You look back at that sequence. It's a 16-12 game here in the 4th quarter, and D-Man and I aren't sure if Marks is going to play. Valley Forge takes over, I think it was at their own 26. Marks took him on the first carry to the 50, and on the second carry down to the 4-yard line, Stark scores the touchdown. Now, they didn't get the 2-point conversion, but, at the time they took the lead. And, again, it's just, you just admire the courage because so many things, so many ailments tonight, and Marks just refused to allow himself to be stopped. And the only thing that really stopped Valley Forge was the clock, frankly. And but Buckeye, with a hard-fought win tonight, they will go to 4-1. And Tyler Carey and I were talking about this during the pregame. This was a big game tonight because of this latest Great Lakes Conference. One of the newer conferences in Northeast Ohio, the way it's structured, and there may be a divisional championship game at the end of the year in Week 10, which, boy, that'd be fun to see, wouldn't it? This conference, there's some good teams in the GLC. I don't know when I say the GLC, not the Great Lakes Classic where the Browns and the Lions play in preseason. But there are some good games, good teams in this conference, and it'll be interesting to see how it all plays itself out as the season goes. But Greg Dennison and company overcame some early turnovers, and we had talked about that. That was a big reason why they didn't win last week against North Olmsted, but they cleaned themselves up, I thought, in the second half. Yes, Marks had a big game, but Buckeye played some clean football offensively and just gave the ball to Ben Barnes and let Barnes do a lot of the damage, and he was terrific tonight, and that really kind of paved the way for the victory. Greg Dennison, by the way, I think this is career win number 215 for him, and he owns the because of his past success at Wadsworth, in addition to his success as the head coach of the Bucks, is the winningest all-time head coach in Medina County. We just keep seeing these Medina County records the last couple of weeks. I mean, Coach Dennison already had the record, but last week we saw Drew Aller put up 523 yards. I'm waiting to see here if we get any score updates before we sign off from TC, from Tyler Carey, to see what Medina and some of these other teams did tonight. But it was some interesting games, to be sure, around Northeast Ohio, and this one had a little bit. This one had a little bit of everything. I'm watching here. Let's see. End of the third quarter. Stowe is leading Brecksville Broadview Heights 25-10. End of the last score we had was the same one from Berea Mid-Park and Avon Lake, was the same one Tyler Carey had from me earlier. Berea Mid-Park leading Avon Lake 21-17 at the end of the third. That would be a big win for the Titans, because, I mean, Avon Lake coming off of that emotional win last week. And that's a final, by the way. It is a final. I just got it. Berea Mid-Park beat Avon Lake tonight, 23-17. That's a huge win for the Titans. Congratulations to them. And that will kind of shift. It'll be interesting. We looked at some of the scores earlier. Valley Forge, the shape of Region 6 is going to be a little bit different now. Avon Lake losing tonight. At the time, Highland was losing to Barberton. Yeah, we got that Berea Mid-Park Avon Lake score. At the time, Highland, who was the top team coming into tonight in Region 6, they were trailing Barberton in the third quarter 21-14. Either way, whoever wins that game is going to pick up some points in Region 6. Avon on their way to a win against a Division I team. Yeah, Avon with a win tonight. They beat Elyria 48-6. So Mike Elder's team now at 3-2 on the year. This is going to be interesting, though, to see how Region 6 looks, at the end of this weekend, because now all of a sudden, we thought, well, geez, maybe a different shape. You may have Highland and Avon Lake being the teams to watch. Fremont Ross is off to the Little Giants are always a good team, by the way, but Fremont Ross is having a good season. Might be a different look to that region. Now all of a sudden, maybe not. St. Edward is leading Massillon fourth quarter at Tiger Stadium 28-20, or 21-10, I should say. Barberton holding a 28-21 lead over Highland in the fourth quarter. The Magics are a team I I can guarantee this. I would imagine somewhere in the second half of the season, they will be a nominee for one of our games of the week. I can virtually guarantee you that. They're playing very, very well right now. Is Barberton. So we'll see if they can hold on and beat Highland, but they lead the Hornets 28-21. Medina, fourth quarter, taking it to Strongsville, 48-13. No disgrace for the Mustangs. I firmly believe right now, I think there's a 1 and a 1A in Division I, Region 1. I think 1 is St. Edward, and I think 1A is Medina. And that's how good. I mean, I think the Bees are that good. Especially, it's one thing when Drew Aller's having a great season, but their defense is playing extremely well right now. Other scores from Mr. Carey. Olmsted Falls with a win tonight. They beat North Ridgeville 49-19. That's a good win for the Bulldogs in Region 6. We were just talking about that. Willoughby South. In that great rivalry game, the Rebels beating Eastlake North tonight, 38-7. Again, did not see that coming, where they would have a running clock in that game. That was one of our nominees. And we actually, I think if you'd asked me this time a week ago where we were going to be for tonight's game, I would have told you I thought for sure we were going to be up in Willoughby. I thought that was going to be the game. You voted us here, and frankly, folks, you were smart. This was a great game. This was an absolutely great game. Rocky River, the aforementioned Pirates, who lost on this field to Valley Forge 15 days ago in a heartbreaker. They beat Elyria Catholic tonight. It's a good win for the Pirates, 21-20. Rocky River coming off of a loss to Lakewood last week. So we'll see. We'll see. Lakewood's another team, by the way. If you ask me what to make of the Rangers, I'm not sure. They're playing Lucas tonight, one of TC's favorite teams, the Cubs. I don't know what to make of Lakewood, but I know this. When you go into Rocky River and you beat the Pirates, that's an impressive win. So we'll wait and see how that goes. Bay with a win tonight. The Rockets beat Westlake 21-7. So that'll set up a good matchup next week. Rocky River will play Bay. So also good just to see the Rockets be able to come back on the field and play tonight, because their game, they were supposed to play Valley Forge last Friday night at Bay, and because of some medical issues, non-COVID related medical issues, that game could not be played. So that's your score on demand, because Tyler is the best at what he does. Lucas has opened up a 28-13 lead over Lakewood now in the third quarter. Rangers had to reschedule the game because the game they were supposed to play tonight got canceled due to COVID-19 issues. So that's going to wrap it up for us tonight here at Byers Field. This was a fun one tonight, folks. As two tremendous players and two teams gave it everything they had on the field tonight, and in the end, Buckeye and Ben Barnes had enough to overcome the great Kentrell Marks and Valley Forge. Not by much, but they had enough to overcome them. Again, your final tonight, it was Buckeye 22 and Valley Forge 18. For Dennis Maniloff, for Tyler Carey, and for Brian Crane, I'm Dave DiNatale. Thanks for listening tonight. It's the WKYC Game of the Week presented by Chick-fil-A. Have a great night, everyone.
Who was the last one to put that?